this is Bill Goodwin, inviting all you to enjoy another pleasant visit with George Burns and Gracie Allen, our tenor Jimmy Cash, and Felix Mills and his orchestra. And now meet the people who live in the Burns house, George and Gracie. Well, it seems that the latest fad among the housewives of America is to attend the auctions of second-hand furniture and antiques, which are being held in just about every town. Gracie and her neighbor, Mrs. Morton, are no exception. $1.20 is bid. How about $1.25?
$1.30.
The little lady bids $1.30. How about $1.35?
$1.40.
The little lady says $1.40. How about $1.45?
$1.50.
$1.50. How about $1.55?
$1.60.
Sold to the lady for $1.60.
Gracie, why do you keep bidding? Oh, Blanche, that man on the platform doesn't scare me just because he's got a hammer in his hand. I've outbid him every time.
$1.60 for the coffee grinder wasn't bad, but you certainly paid a big price for that bedspread.
Yeah, that was a mistake. You see, I bought that for Tootsie Sagwell. I thought at last I was getting her a handsome man.
By getting her a bedspread?
Well, when the man said with puffs, how did I know he didn't mean Sonny?
Pardon me, ladies. The articles you bought this afternoon come to exactly $40.
Oh, good grief. I didn't know we bought that much. I'm almost broke, Gracie.
Me too. Mr. Auctioneer, just send us the bill the first of the month.
Oh, sorry. This is a cash sheet. Can't pay. You shouldn't have bid.
Can't pay? My good man, have you a blank check on the southeast branch of the Northwest Canadian Farmers and Merchants Banking and Trust Company?
Yes.
You have? Blanche, that usually stops them.
I'll hold your things until 7 o'clock. If you aren't here with the money, they'll be sold. Bye, Dave.
Oh, gee, we don't want to lose those wonderful antiques. Guess there's only one thing to do, Blanche. You ask your husband for 20 and I'll ask my husband for 20.
All right. But let's face it, Gracie, getting $20 out of our husbands is going to be like pulling their teeth.
Yeah. Well, come along, Dr. Cowan.
Coming, Dr. Beecham.
The car's in the garage, Blanche. George is home. So's Harry.
You think George will give you the $20, Gracie?
Oh, sure. I've got a system that never fails. Harry. I tell him how sweet he is, handsome and smart.
That's the system I use on Harry. And then if that fails, I slug him with a bowl.
Oh, my goodness, I've never laid a bowl on George. Except to cut his hair.
Well, just so you get the 20. I'll check with you later.
Hello, honey.
But, Johnny, what are you doing here?
Johnny?
Oh, it's you, George. I thought you were Johnny Weissmuller.
Really?
Well, yeah. Of course, now that my eyes are used to this light, I see it was a silly mistake. You're a much younger man.
Oh, I'm not so much younger than Weissmuller. Am I?
Well, right now you look like 20 to me.
I do?
Yeah, and you have a much better figure than Weissmuller, too. He thinks he's so much, going around pounding on his chest. Now, your chest looks like it's really been pounded. You're my big, strong, handsome, generous ape-man.
Gracie, whenever you flatter me like this, you usually wind up asking for money.
Really? Do you usually give it to me?
Yes.
You're my big...
All right. That's enough.
Is that $20 worth already?
What do you want $20 for?
Well, I thought...
Don't tell me you want to buy some more of those stupid antiques you've been lugging home from those auctions.
Don't tell you that, huh?
Well, because I wouldn't give you a penny. Look at this house. Turn, umbrella stand, coffee grinder, bedpost.
All of which I make into useful articles of furniture, George. Now, yesterday I brought home an old brass coffee pot and made it into a table lamp.
Well, what became of the table lamp we had?
I made that into a tea kettle.
Well, what happened to our tea kettle?
I made that into a flower pot.
And the flower pot?
That's now a darling little radio.
What's become of the little radio we had?
Well, I had to have something to boil water in.
Why didn't you use the table lamp?
Oh, George, now you're being silly.
Yes, I'm very silly. What antiques did you buy today?
Oh, something you'll be needing, dear. I bought a baby bed.
A baby bed?
And
Now, a ball's a silly thing. A
baby bed?
You mean we're going to have some use for a baby bed?
We certainly are, darling.
Gee, honey, sit down. When do you expect to start using this baby bed?
Just as soon as I can make it into a coffee table.
Oh, nuts. That's all we need yet. An antique baby bed made into an antique coffee table.
Come in.
I don't want that piece of junk around the house.
Oh, excuse me. Did I step into the middle of a family gift?
Oh, hello, Bill. Trying to convince my wife that it's silly to keep a useless old broken-down antique around the house and she ought to get rid of it.
But George, where'll you go?
You're a scream, Willie. I'm going upstairs.
Oh, Bill, now you've made him mad, and I never will get the 20 I need. Unless, maybe I borrowed it from you?
Well, sure, Gracie. I can let you have 20.
Oh, you're a sweet girl.
Oh, I'm glad to do it. I sure 20's enough. You can have 40 if you want it.
Well, Bill, will you lend me the $20? George wouldn't give me a cent.
Well, gee, Gracie, I really haven't got it. Besides, if George doesn't give you any money, you can't pay it back.
Can't pay it back. My good man, have you a blank check on the Southeast branch of the Northwest Canadian Farmers and Merchants Banking and Trust Company?
Yes.
I must find a new bank. Oh, gee, Bill, can't you think of some way I can get $20 from George?
Well, why don't you wait till he goes to sleep and take the money out of his billfold?
Oh, no, he'd wake up.
Oh, not if you were real quiet.
Oh, yes, he would. I'd have to turn him on his back to get to the inside pocket of his nightgown.
Gracie, you mean he sleeps on that little round tummy of his?
Oh, yes. You see his feet and his head kind of balanced, and with just a little start, he can rock himself to sleep.
Must get pretty seasick in an earthquake.
Yeah. Well, you see, Bill, the trouble is that I don't dare tell George what the $20 is for. If he finds out it's to pay for antiques, he'll have a fit.
Here he comes downstairs.
Gracie, I'll see you a little later. I'm going to run down to the cigar store.
Oh, George, before you go, can I have that $20?
What's it for?
2 cents would be all right. Or 4 5.
What's it for?
Oh, you can give me 5 4s.
What's the $20 for?
Oh, 3 6s and a 2.
Gracie, I'm not giving you any money until you tell me what you want it for.
You're not?
No.
Oh. Well, so long, dear.
So long.
Oh, wait a minute, George. I think you forgot this downstairs.
Oh, yes. I got to kiss goodbye.
No, you forgot to give me the $20.
What's it for?
Oh, it's so long, dear.
Oh, no.
Oh, there's a man for you. If I had my way, there wouldn't be any men in this world. Just women and children.
Well, Gracie, don't...
Oh, excuse me, Bill. Come in.
Good afternoon, Mrs. Burns.
Hello, Mr. Postman.
Why, Mrs. Burns, there's a frown on your pretty little face today. Have you been fooled by the fickle finger of fate?
No, I'm just upset because my husband wouldn't give me any money.
The brute. He doesn't realize how lucky he is to have you. I wish you were my wife, Mrs. Burns. We could make such beautiful music together.
Mr. Postman, you mustn't say things like that.
We could have such a wonderful married life. We just sit around all day and make one another laugh.
Mr. Postman, please, I'm happily married. You don't realize what you're saying.
Oh, forgive me. I lost my head. I'm such an impetuous boy. Well, goodbye, Mrs. Burns. Remember, keep smiling.
Hey, you know something? I think the postman's got a crush on you, Gracie.
Oh, he doesn't mean anything. He's just... Oh, here comes Blanche up the door. Maybe your husband gave her enough money for both of us. Oh, come in, Blanche. Did Harry give you the money?
No, I couldn't get a cent out of my old goat of a husband.
Yeah, well, I couldn't get any out of mine either.
Hello, Miss Morton.
Oh, hello, Bill. Bill, I'll bet when you get married, your wife won't have this trouble.
You're darn right she won't. My wife's going to have everything. 2 or 3 cars, jewelry, fur coats, expensive clothes, and more money than she can possibly spend.
Gee, when are you going to get married?
Just as soon as I find a girl who's got all that.
Well, Gracie, what are we going to do? We haven't got the money there by 7 o'clock. That auctioneer will sell everything.
Yeah, I know. And that's that wonderful antique. That big, beautiful chest with Napoleon's picture on it.
And that bust of Shakespeare. And that great big figure of Hercules.
Yeah. Oh, I especially wanted that to put in our bedroom. And then, when George is away on a business trip or something, and I'm lonesome for him, I could just look at that figure of Hercules, and it would remind me of our honeymoon.
It would?
Yes. The man who owned the hotel where we stayed was built just like that.
Oh, Gracie, why do our husbands have to be such tightwads?
Yeah. You'd never know George is the same man who wrote me those passionate love letters.
George wrote passionate love letters?
Yeah, before we were married. I keep them right here in this desk drawer. There, now, listen to this, lad. Dearest Funny Bunny.
Funny Bunny.
Well, he has lots of names for me. Funny Bunny, Peekins, Lollipop Pie.
Do tell me more.
Well, no, the other ones were just silly.
Oh, I see.
Dearest Funny Bunny, tonight as I think of you, my heart beats like a dynamo in my bosom. I am all a-tingle with the electricity of love. Well, Blanche, what do you think of that?
Wonderful. Too bad he had a short circuit later on.
There's more. Until I heard from you today, there was no sunshine in my life. I was on the verge of leaving my hotel and wandering through the streets. But your sweet letter came in time. Thanks for the $20.
Now I recognize the style.
Well, you know something, Blanche? I ought to leave this letter around so George could see it. That would remind him how sweet he used to be. I see an idea. Where would he be sure to see? Let's see now. When he comes home after a hard day at the office, he usually makes a beeline for the rise. He does? Yes. So I'll leave it in the bread box.
I think I just leave it here on the table, Gracie.
Yeah. Oh, all right, then.
Hi, honey. Oh, Gracie. Hey, Gracie. I guess it's out. Probably a note from you here on the table. Wait a minute. This envelope is addressed to Gracie. Here's the funny bunny. Dynamo in my bosom? Electricity of love? Thanks for the $20. Holy smoke. So that's what she wanted the $20. Gracie has got a gigolo.
Well, George found a love letter addressed to Gracie asking her for money. Now, he doesn't remember that he wrote it himself about 10 years ago, so he thinks Gracie is being pursued by a gigolo. Meanwhile, Gracie is on the telephone having her own troubles with the auctioneer.
But I'm trying to get that $20 for you, Mr. Auctioneer. No, please don't call my husband for it. My goodness, if he knew I bought all those antiques, he'd be furious.
Gracie.
Oh, I'll have to hang up now. I hear my husband coming. Goodbye.
Gracie, I found out who you wanted that $20 for.
You did?
Yeah.
Well, he wants it right away. He just telephoned me.
Gracie, why give that man money? What has he got that I haven't got?
Oh, George, you should see that big, beautiful chest with Napoleon's picture on
it. He let you see his chest?
Well, I even pounded on it to see how strong it was.
Gracie, you didn't.
Well, sure, lots of women did, even Mrs. Morton.
There are other women who see him?
Why, George, you can't get near his place. It's mobbed with women. They bid against each other.
This guy must be the new Van Johnson. Gracie, what made you start a thing like this?
Well, George, it's your fault.
My fault?
You told me to find myself a hobby.
Well, that's a fine hobby.
Well, would you rather have me play bridge like the other women?
I certainly would.
Oh, Judge, you're just prejudiced. Oh, why don't you come along with me tonight? You'd enjoy it.
Me?
Well, certainly. He's got the bust of Shakespeare, and he's got the figure of Hercules, and he's
I don't want to hear anymore. I'll see you later.
Oh, my goodness. Never saw a man so dead set against antiques. Well, I've still got to get that $20 somehow. Come in.
Hello again, Mrs. Burns. I was so excited when I was here before, I forgot to give you your mail.
Oh, Mr. Postman, am I glad to see you. Have you got $20?
Why, yes.
Oh, would you lend it to me?
Oh, I'm sorry, Mrs. Burns, but my wife gave me this $20 to buy your suit this afternoon. If I come home without a suit, she'll have a tizzy.
Oh, I see. If I have suit. How would you like to buy one of Mr. Burns' suits?
Oh, I could never buy the kind of suit Mr. Burns wears. My wife wouldn't let me spend that kind of money.
You wouldn't?
Oh, no. She makes me spend at least $18 for a suit.
Well, just take a look at my husband's things. They're right here in this hall closet. Now, here's a beautiful pair of lounging pajamas.
Oh, they are nice. I just love those flowers on them. And I'm afraid the pants wouldn't fit me.
Oh, nonsense. You just gather them up in the back and you'll have a beautiful bouquet to sit on.
Well...
And here's a handsome sports jacket, Mr. Postman. Why don't you slip it on?
All right, I will. Oh, my goodness, this doesn't fit me at all. Feels awfully lumpy in the back.
Well, no wonder. Your mail bag is underneath it. Move the bag around to the front and it'll fit you just like it does George.
I'll take it.
Oh, good. And how about this nice double-breasted blue
What's that? Hey, Bill. Why, George, what are you doing hiding behind those bushes?
I'm waiting for someone.
Why, you little rascal, is he cute?
No. Some gigolo is trying to take Gracie away from me. And I'm watching the house to see who it is.
No fooling. Well, has anybody gone in?
Nobody but the postman so far.
Oh, the postman. Oh, well, there's nothing to worry. Wait a minute. Postman? George, he's the guy.
Now, Bill.
It's true. I overheard him talking to Gracie this morning, and he was giving out with a big romantic line.
The postman?
Yes.
Bill, don't be ridiculous. What could Gracie see in that scrawny, broken-down little runt?
And maybe she likes your type.
No, it's just the postman. Bill, how could you think that a little sort of... Hey, he's carrying my suit. And my shoes. And my sports jacket. Why, he's even got my shaving mirror.
Oh, George, you're looking at the pants of your blue serge suit.
Oh, the postman is the gigolo. Gracie couldn't get the money for it, so she's giving him my clothes instead. Why, I'll break every... Bill, hand me a club. Oh, never mind. Hey, Mr. Postman, come here.
You call me Mr. Burns.
Put up your fist, you little gigolo.
Oh, help, Mrs. Burns. Mrs. Burns.
George, what are you... Why, George Burns the idea of picking on that little postman. You let go of him this minute so we can get up off your chest.
Okay, but I caught you. So he's the gigolo who wanted the $20 for.
Gigolo? What gigolo? I wanted the $20 to pay the auctioneer for the antiques I bought today.
What's the point?
The postman, my gigolo. The idea of you thinking I'd have a postal copy popper.
Okay. But who wrote you this love letter?
Who did? Why, George, you wrote this to me.
I did?
Well, certainly. I've saved every one of your love letters, darling.
Really?
Well, sure. It's the only record I have of how much you owe me.
Come, let's go in the house.
Well, hello. Come right in. Oh, George, we've got company, and they're all in uniform.
And now meet the people who live in the Burns house, George and Gracie.
Sit down, George. Mrs. Regan will have breakfast ready in a minute.
Swell.
Wasn't it wonderful of Mother to send it to us? She was with our family for 20 years, you know.
Yeah, I know.
And her husband took every cent she made. If I were a man, I might stoop to lots of things, but may lightning strike me if I'd ever take money from a woman.
Yeah, me too. What's the weather forecast?
Clear.
Yeah, me too.
Isn't Mrs. Regan a wonderful cook? She makes such delicious Irish dishes.
But I'm getting a little tired of chowder all the time.
But, George, I thought you liked chowder.
I do, but not in the morning with my Wheaties.
Well, I spoke to her about that, dear. There'll be no more Wheaties in chowder.
Good.
This morning she's going to serve you grape nuts in chowder.
Well, that's better, Aunt.
Well, good morning, folks. Are you ready for your breakfast? Well, of course you are. Everybody's ready for breakfast at this hour of the morning. And I know you folks are no different than anybody else. You aren't, are you? No.
No, but, Mrs. Regan, this morning I want my breakfast without chowder.
You mean you don't like my chowder?
Oh, don't pay any attention to him, Mrs. Regan. You make the most delicious chowder in the world.
Oh, it isn't that good.
Yes, it is, Mrs. Regan.
I'll go on with you.
Really?
I don't believe it.
Well, now that I think of it, Father didn't care much for it.
Your father didn't like any liquid that he couldn't blow the foam off of.
How about breakfast, Mrs. Regan, without chowder?
All right. Oh, Gracie, darling, remember how Joe Muldoon used to love my chowder?
Joe Muldoon?
Oh, one of my old boyfriends, George. He wanted to marry me.
Yes, and wouldn't I like to be cooking chowder for him this morning? Ah, well, 'tis the will of the world. What's done is done. I'll get your breakfast.
Gracie, who is this Joe Muldoon?
Oh, I hardly remember him. The moment you came into my life, I simply forgot all my old boyfriends.
Including Joe?
I don't remember a thing about him. He was 6 feet 2 inches tall and had a 48 chest. Dimple in his chin and a freckle on the left side of his nose, and he wore a size 7 hat and a size 38 suit. I hardly remember.
Oh, yes, hardly.
Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. That wasn't Joe. That was Ernie Markey. Joe wore a size...
Never mind.
Well, here's your coffee, folks. There's nothing like starting off the day with a good cup of coffee. Don't you feel that way about it? You do, don't you? Yes.
Yes.
Mrs. Regan, I was just telling George about Joe.
Ah, wasn't he the clever lad? He was so handy. Do you remember the time he fixed your mother's vacuum cleaner?
Oh, yes. I remember once our vacuum cleaner was broken and George tried to fix it.
And what happened?
Well, he put the motor in backwards, and instead of drawing in dirt, it blew off his pants.
Did he now?
Okay. All right. You can stop it. I'm not interested in hearing what a handy man Joe Muldoon was.
Oh, Mr. Burns, don't take on like that. Sure, you've no need to worry, and no cause to be jealous of Gracie. There was just the one man who ever meant anything to her.
Oh, really?
Yes, and Joe's married now and has children. So there's no need to worry.
I'm going upstairs.
Oh, Mrs. Regan, I think we've hurt his feelings. That sweet man. I wouldn't harm a hair in his chest if he ever grows one.
You really love the little Lugan, don't you?
No, I wouldn't trade him for any of my old boyfriends. Just name one of them who was more handsome or more intelligent than my George.
Danny O'Shea, Jimmy Carter, Matthew Scanlon, Willie Ahern, Johnny Keogh.
I said name one. Oh, I'll get it, Mrs. Regan. You finish in the kitchen. Oh, hello, Bill.
Well, hiya, Gracie. Where's the little man?
Oh, I think he's upstairs pouting. Bill, I'm afraid I stepped on his toes.
Well, Gracie, with those feet of his, how can you help it?
Oh, no, Bill. I think I offended him without meaning to. And you know, George, he might do something foolish.
Well, you mean...
Yeah, something desperate. There were only something around the house that needed fixing. Oh, I know. I'll loosen that bolt that holds the sink up. Mrs. Reagan.
What is it, Gracie?
I think I know how to snap George out of the mood he's in. Hand me the wrench.
Gracie, darling, you're not going to lower the broom on him, are you?
Oh, no. I'm just going to loosen this big bolt under the kitchen sink. There. Oh, George, come here, darling. Now, I'll ask George to fix it, and you'll think he's a handy man.
I see. And he won't be jealous of Joe Muldoon.
Well, he shouldn't be. Joe's a professional plumber.
You call me, Gracie?
Oh, yes, darling. There's something wrong with the kitchen sink. Would you mind fixing it?
I thought I wasn't good at that sort of thing.
Oh, George, I was kidding. You're very clever.
Well,
Here, take this wrench.
well...
Oh, you're so clever. How did you know which end of the wrench to hold?
I know a little about it.
Oh, I think it's that big bolt, George. The one that looks a little loose.
Oh, you mean this one here?
Oh, you're so clever, darling. You knew which bolt it was, even if after I stopped pointing at it.
Well, I think all I have to do is give this bolt a little twist.
Oh, I just don't know what you're talking about when you use those mechanical terms.
Step back, Gracie, while I tighten it.
But, George, don't you think you ought to turn it to the right?
Gracie, are you going to tell me how to fix this thing?
Oh, no, dear, no.
Well, just give it one more turn.
But, George...
There. See, it's all fixed.
I see. Why, George, you're getting that sink fixed just fine.
Yeah. Say, Gracie, how'd you get rid of all that water that flooded the floor?
I let it run down the heat pipe into the furnace.
Oh, murder, that might ruin it.
No, it won't. And besides, what's a furnace in California? You can only use it 10 months out of the year.
Well, I got the connections made. Now to lift the sink into place. Up she goes.
Darling, I'm afraid you'll hurt yourself. This old sink is so heavy.
Ah, it's nothing. Up just a little higher.
But suppose it slips out of my hands and hits your toes.
I got the bolt in. Now you can let go of it.
George, I think you've got the water pipes connected to the gas stove and the gas pipes to the sink.
Oh, don't be silly. Turn on that faucet. Now turn on the gas.
Oh, well, leave it that way, honey. When you want to take a nice hot shower, just crawl in the oven.
Hand me the wrench.
Of course, Mrs. Regan might be a little surprised when she turns on the faucet to wash vegetables. So that would be the first time anyone ever gave radishes gas.
Hand me the wrench. I'll just loosen this connection.
But, George, if you loosen that, won't the sink fall again?
Honey, you going to tell me how to work? Stand back. Here, let me turn it off.
Well, George, maybe I'd better call a plumber.
No, sir. If Joe can fix things, I can fix things.
Oh, dear, don't be jealous of Joe. Just remember there are lots of things that you can do that he can't do.
Really?
Certainly. For example, you can... well, anyway, don't be jealous.
Hand me the wrench.
Oh, excuse me, dear. There's someone at the door.
Good morning, Mrs. Burns.
Well, good morning, Mr. Postman. How are you today?
Tip-top, Mrs. Burns. Simply magnificent. When I fill my lungs with this fresh air, just makes me want to cry out with ecstasy.
Well, go right ahead.
Thank you.
Oh, what makes you feel so frisky this morning?
There's a nip in the air. No, I mean the air. What's that?
Oh, that's my husband trying to prove that he's a handy man around the house.
Well, what for?
Oh, well, it's a long story. You see, he's used to working with his head instead of his hands.
His head has a nice ring to it.
Say, Mr. Postman, you know how to fix a kitchen sink.
Oh, sure.
Well, look, would you do this for me? Go in there and fix it for him, but don't let him know that I sent you, and then he'll call me in and tell me he fixed it and everything will be fine.
Certainly, Mrs. Burns.
Oh, thank you. It's pretty heavy. Do you think you can handle it?
Oh, I'm as strong as an ox. I can lift it with one little jerk.
Well, he'll be glad to help you, but don't call him that. Oh, and just one thing, Mr. Postman. Leave one little bolt loose so he can tighten that in front of me. We wanted to look convincing.
All right, Mrs. Burns.
Oh, Gracie. Gracie.
Yes, dear?
Well, she's all fixed.
Oh, George, you're just the cleverest man I ever married.
It was nothing. I just have to tighten this one bolt here. Ugh.
George, shouldn't it turn the other way?
Honey, are you going to tell me how to fix the sink? One more turn. Ugh. I got to get a larger wrench.
Oh, there's someone at the door. Now, wait till I get back, or you may turn it wrong again.
Oh, I can't make the same mistake 3 times. My IQ hasn't dropped that low.
Hi, dear.
Hi, Gracie.
Oh, hello, Bill. Come in.
What was that?
George just dropped his IQ.
That's a pretty heavy IQ the little man has got.
Well, he's trying to repair the sink.
How come?
Jealousy. I bragged about an old boyfriend of mine, a plumber, being handy at fixing things. Well, that roused the little green-eyed monster.
Well, it sounds like the little monster needs help. I'll go out and give him a hand.
Oh, would you, Bill? And don't let on that I know you're helping. I want him to have the credit.
Gracie, you know, you sure pamper that clumsy little man.
Well, George is a brain worker. He has a broad mind. You see, Bill, you develop whatever you work with. A farmer uses his hands, so he has broad hands. Postman is on his feet all day, so he has broad feet. George sits at the desk all day. That didn't come out right, did it?
It did for my dough. Well, I'll go out and fix the sink for George.
Oh, thanks, Bill. And, I'll leave just one little thing for him to fix so he can show off in front of me.
Okay, Gracie.
Oh, Gracie.
Yes,
Gracie.
dear?
She's all fixed, baby.
Oh, George, you're wonderful. My mother used to call you that dope who can't fix things. Oh, she'll have to change now.
Yeah.
We'll have to call you that dope who can fix things.
See, all I have to do is just tighten this bolt one turn.
Oh, let me do it, George.
Honey, I can do this with my eyes closed. Watch.
Well, I'll be darned. It didn't fall.
Sure.
Oh, you can open your eyes now, George. George, don't you think we ought to call a plumber?
No, sir. I'm going to convince you that I can fix things just as good as Joe Muldoon.
Oh, I'm convinced. Why, when the radio was broken, you got it fixed with one finger.
I did?
Certainly. You got on the phone and dialed the repairman.
Well, it's finished.
Oh, sweetheart, haven't you got those pipes mixed up?
Of course not. Turn on the faucet.
All right, dear. There.
What happened?
The lights went on in the living room.
That's funny. I'll switch this pipe here. There you are. Now turn on the faucet.
All right. It's all right now, dear.
Good.
Lights went off again.
Well, I'll be darned. Say, here's a loose wire. Maybe if I connect that, it'll straighten things out. There you are. Now turn on the faucet.
All right, dear.
What's that?
It's the phone ringing.
Well, answer it.
Hello.
Who is it, dear?
It's you, George. You're talking in the pipe.
Oh, fine. Hang up.
Hey, what goes on in this house?
Why? What's the matter, Bill?
Well, I went to turn on the radio in the living room, and Gabriel Heater squirted water all over me.
Gracie, we just got to get a plumber before your man drowns us all entirely.
Oh, but Mrs. Regan, you can't get a plumber for love nor money these days.
Sure, you can get Joe Muldoon.
Joe Muldoon? You mean he has a plumbing shop here in town now?
That he has, and you'd better get him quick.
Oh, dear, if I get Joe Muldoon, George will go storming out of the house. If I don't get him, he'll go floating out there. I'll be right back. Pardon me, is this Joe Muldoon's plumbing shop?
Madam, please. This is the House of Muldoon. Typing by appointment.
Well, I'd like to see Mr. Muldoon.
Have you made previous applications?
No, I'm an old friend. I just stopped in.
Madam, you are refreshing. Perhaps I can get you on the waiting list. Name, please.
Mrs. George Frank. But if you just
How many bathtubs have you in your home?
Oh, we have two.
Good. We like to keep out the riffraff. Now tell me, what's wrong with your tub?
Well, he just can't fix the sink.
And what is the nature of our sink trouble?
Well, I don't know exactly. It just came apart in my husband's hands and squirted.
Can we diagnose that as severe faucet prolapse?
Well, I guess we can if we want to.
And we do want to, don't we?
Those statements ready, Mr. Gibney.
They're not quite, Mr. Muldoon.
Oh, Joe, it's me, Gracie Allen.
Well, bless my heart, so it is. Come into my office.
Oh, thank
Gracie.
you, Joe.
Well, what brings you here, Gracie?
My husband. He's a wonderful man, but so clumsy.
Yes?
Oh, all thumbs. We almost didn't get married because of it. When the justice of the peace asked him for the $2, he could hardly get my pocketbook open to pay him.
Well, what can I do?
Well, come over to my house and fix my sink.
Okay, but I've got an emergency call first. Some jerk has got his sink torn up, and he wants it fixed before his wife gets home.
Well, I'll leave my address with the man outside, and you come over as soon as you can.
Okay, Gracie. All right, buddy, your sink's fixed. Gee, I'm glad Goodwin sent you over. What do I owe you? I'll be fair about it. How much money you got in your wallet? About $15. I'll hold it while you go for more. Oh, see here. Have you...
George, where are you?
Oh, it's my wife. Don't ask questions. When she comes in, tell her you're the milkman. In the kitchen, dear. Milkman? That's right. I want my wife to think I fixed the sink.
Well, how are you getting along with... Oh.
Well, I'll be
This
darned.
is the milkman, dear. He's been watching me fix the sink. Nice job, huh?
Well, so this
Well,
is...
goodbye, Mr. Milkman. You can leave an extra gallon of whipping cream tomorrow.
Hey, wait a minute.
And a dozen pounds of butter. Goodbye, Mr. Milkman.
Hey, wait!
Make it 2 dozen. Goodbye.
Well, honey, the sink is as good as new. Stuff like that is a cinch for me.
Well, of course it is, sweetheart.
What do you need with a plumber when you've got me around?
Yeah.
I'll bet I'm twice as handy as that guy Joe you're always bragging about.
Ah, you're cute. Well, hello. Come right in. Oh, George, we've got company, and they're all in uniform.
this is Bill Goodwin, inviting all you servicemen and women to enjoy another pleasant visit with George Burns and Gracie Allen, our tenor Jimmy Cash, and Felix Mills and his orchestra. And now, meet the people who live in the Burns house, George and Gracie.
Oh, honey, I just can't get Bagley to sell that lot. I tried to close the deal yesterday. I even gave him one of my cigars, but I guess I was over-anxious. He smelled something fishy.
Now, you shouldn't have taken the cellophane off.
Well, I'll keep working on Bagley.
Good morning, folks.
Oh, good morning, Mrs. Reagan.
This is my day off, Mrs. Burns, but I thought I'd get Mr. Burns his breakfast before I go.
Swell, Mrs. Reagan. I'll have some bacon and eggs.
Fine choice. And sure, there's no one in this whole world can fix bacon like I can. It's fair and melts in your mouth. It's tender and crisp and crunchy and delicious.
Good. Well, I'll have some.
Oh, there's not a speck in the house.
But I just smelled some frying.
That you did. But before I had a chance to bring it into you, it had disappeared into the blue.
Disappeared? That's ridiculous.
Would I be telling you a lie, sir? No. For 'tis the soul of honor I am. Sooner than tell a lie, I would go without lace curtains on me windows.
Now, that's right, dear. Mrs. Reagan never tells a fib. Look, I'll prove it. Mrs. Reagan, am I pretty?
Oh, that you are.
Am I talented?
Yes, indeed.
Am I smart?
Oh, smart to the whip.
Am I the prettiest, most talented, smartest girl in the whole world?
No.
I should have quit when I was ahead. Well, anyway, she doesn't lie, George. There's no bacon.
Would you like a nice scrambled egg, Mr. Burns? Well, of course you would. For there's nothing so nourishing as a nice scrambled egg.
Okay, just bring me the scrambled egg, Mrs.
Yes,
Reagan.
sir, I will.
Sounds funny about that bacon disappearing.
Yeah, well, never mind, sweetheart. In our post-war home, we'll have a machine where you just press a button and bacon comes out.
Great idea. But what could they make a machine like that out of?
Pig iron?
Yeah, pig iron. And we'll have a copper one, too, if we want a copper coffee.
You're making a joke, huh?
Well, sort of, yeah.
Mr. Burns?
Yes, Mrs. Reagan.
Would you like a nice waffle for your breakfast? Oh, of course you would. For there's nothing so nourishing as a nice waffle.
But what about my scrambled egg?
Well, I had some eggs, but they disappeared into the blue.
Oh. So now the eggs have disappeared into the blue. Do you expect me to believe that?
Remember, dear, she never tells a fib. Oh, still doubtful, huh? Mrs. Reagan, am I pretty?
That you are.
Am I talented?
Oh, yeah, you are talented. Yes,
Am I smart?
Oh, smart as a whip.
This time I know when to stop.
All right, Mrs. Reagan, just bring in the waffle.
Yes, sir.
What's all this disappearance? What's going on around
now,
here?
please, George, don't be upset. Let's talk about our new home. Oh, gee, moving into a new home will be like a second honeymoon, won't it?
Yeah.
Well, that's what I like about you, George. You're a romantic husband. You still dream about our first honeymoon.
I do?
Oh, yes. You know, just this morning I walked into the bedroom, and you were lying there with your little rosebud mouth open.
How could you tell I was dreaming about our honeymoon?
You were making a noise just like Niagara Falls.
What we'd better concentrate on is getting that lot from Joe Bagley.
Oh, Mr. Burns.
What now, Mrs. Reagan?
Wouldn't you like a nice cup of chowder for your breakfast? Of course you would.
Well, there's nothing so nourishing. Never mind. The waffle is going to...
Yes, sir.
Disappeared into the blue?
Yes, sir.
Well, that does it. This time, I don't believe it.
You don't, eh?
No.
Then it's proof I'm forced to give to a person who would doubt the word of a Regan. Tell me, Mr. Burns, what is the color of a police officer's uniform?
Blue.
Well, the bacon, eggs, and waffle disappeared inside Officer O'Toole.
So that's it. You're feeding a cop out in the kitchen.
Oh, now, Judge, you should be proud to have Officer O'Toole eat your food. He's a celebrity.
He is?
Oh, yes. Remember last year when 6 bandits who robbed the National Bank were captured in a gun battle?
Yeah.
One of them was his cousin.
Some celebrity.
What are you and the officer going to do today, Mrs. Reagan?
Well, we were going for a bit of a ride in the park, Mrs. Burns.
Oh, how sweet. I suppose you'll sit under some nice shady tree and spoon a little, huh?
Oh, no. We couldn't do a thing like that.
Well, why not?
Clayton, who'd hold his horse?
Better forget my breakfast, Mrs. Reagan, and run along with your policeman.
Oh, and Mrs. Reagan.
Yes?
Be sure to take the waste kitchen fat to the butcher shop. You know, the government needs waste kitchen fat now more than ever before.
You bet I will, Mrs. Burns.
Well, we're back where we started. How do we get that lot from Bagley?
Yeah.
Come in.
Well, hiya, folks. Say, what's the matter? You look worried.
Well, Bill, Joe Bagley owns the only vacant lot in this neighborhood. And we want to buy it from him to build our post-war home on.
Yes, Bill. It'll be one of those plastic houses with all the latest inventions. There'll be a gadget that does the laundry, sweeps the floor, dusts the furniture, and all for a few cents a month.
Well, that's certainly cheaper than the gadgets you got doing it now. He cost you a fortune.
Look, comedian.
Bill, I'd appreciate it if you wouldn't poke fun at George. I happen to think he's wonderful. And from now on, if you can't say nice things about him, just don't say anything.
Oh, gosh, Gracie, I was only kidding. I love George. I think he's the sweetest little old man in the world.
That's better.
Gee, I love every wrinkle in his darling little face.
Now you're talking.
I love every hollow in his precious little chest.
That's the stuff.
I love every
All right,
gray
all
hair.
right. Stop loving me. Bill, if you love me so much, help me get that lot of Joe Bagley's. If I can only...
Oh, I'll answer it. Well. My little 5-year-old sweetheart. Hello, Susan.
Good morning, Mrs. Burns. Good morning, Mr. Burns.
Oh, good morning, Susan. Come in.
Well, I'll be running along. See you later, dream girl.
All right, dream man. Dream man? Oh, didn't you know? Mr. Goodwin and I are going to be married. You are? Yes. We haven't set the day yet, but it will be sometime in 1960.
Won't he be a little old for you by then?
Oh, no. Mr. Goodwin says he won't get any older. He takes vitamins. That's cute. He takes vitamins.
Yes, that keeps him from getting older.
Yes. Well, George, don't stand there. Run after Bill and find out what they are.
Never mind. Sit down, Susan.
Thank you. Oh, George, I just had a wonderful idea. Now, we want to get in good with Mr. Bagley, and his sister's Niece, so let's be real G-O-O-D to us.
I get it. And she'll tell Bagley, and he'll sell us the LOT for our HOUSE.
Right. Oh, using me to put over a real estate deal, huh?
SMART, isn't she?
Susan, would you like a nice big cookie? I'll say I would. Why did I say that? I haven't got any cookies.
Oh, great.
I want a cookie. I want a cookie.
Oh, fine, and here comes Joe Bagley up the walk. He'll think we've been beating her. Here, Susan, here's a nickel. Run out the back way to the store and get some cookies.
For a nickel? There's a war on, you know.
All right, here's a dime. Now scoot. That's Joe Bagley. Now look, Gracie. Let's not make a fuss over him. Let's not be over-anxious.
Yeah, I get it. Act like we don't care whether he sells us the lot or not.
That's the idea. Be nonchalant.
Well, just leave it to me, George.
Good morning, Gracie.
Oh, yeah, hit the road.
Gracie!
Was I nonchalant enough?
Here, let me at the door. Well, hello, Joe. What do you know?
I know I almost got my nose cut off in that door. My little niece Susan here?
Oh, yes. That is no. I mean, she'll be back. She's a lovely little child, Joe.
Oh, yes. George and I would like to keep her here for the day.
Well, I guess that would be all right. You like kids, huh?
Oh, yes. We get a lot out of kids.
Oh, we're certainly planning to get a lot out of this one.
Yeah. Well, thanks, Joe. We'll send her home this evening.
Goodbye.
Gracie, that was a great idea. We'll treat the kid swell, and Bagley will love us for it.
Yes.
We'll give her everything she wants. What do little girls like?
Let's see now. If I could only remember what I liked when I was 5 years old. Funny how 10 or 11 years will obscure one's memory.
Gracie, I married you 10 years ago. How could I have married you if you were 6 years old? You'd have to be a hillbilly.
What'd you say, Clem?
Oh, stop.
Well, George and Gracie have their hearts set on Joe Bagley's vacant lot as the location for their post-war home. But Joe doesn't want to sell, so they're taking care of his little niece, hoping to influence him.
Judge, isn't Susan a darling child?
Yeah, she's a bright little thing.
Oh, yeah, what an imagination. A little while ago, I found her in the bathroom playing gardener.
Playing gardener, huh?
Yes, your camel's hair coat was the lawn.
That's cute.
And the lawnmower was your electric razor.
Oh, no.
I caught it just as she was mowing the back terrace.
Gosh, with winter coming on, how much camel's hair did she mow?
Well, where you need it most on a windy day, it's just camel.
Murder. How does a 5-year-old think of things like that?
Oh, she didn't think of it.
It was your idea.
Well, George, I've been trying to get rid of that old moth-eaten trap ever since we've been married.
Moth trap? Honey, that's a very expensive coat. I bought that when we were in vaudeville, remember? Wore it morning, noon, and night. Wouldn't take it off.
You couldn't take it off. You hocked your suit to buy it.
Well, I don't mind the coat so much, but she ruined my electric razor. I'm going in and take it away from her.
Oh, no, wait, George. She's just a child. You must learn how to handle children. Now, calm down. I've got some news for you. You're going to have one of your own.
What?
A brand new one. It'll be all yours.
Gee, honey. When will it be?
Just as soon as they start making electric razors again.
Oh, fine. Look, let's send Susan home.
But, George, she's our only chance to get Joe Bagley's lot.
Well, that's right. We'll have to be nice to her.
Aunt Gracie, I'm hungry. Oh, all right, Susan. What would you like? Well, I should have some spinach.
Spinach? Okay, Susan. I'll run down to the store and get you some spinach. Well, here's your spinach, Susan.
But I can't eat just spinach. I should have some carrots, too.
Carrots, too, huh? Okay. I'll be right back. There you are, Susan. Carrots.
Oh, but I should have vitamin D homogenized milk, too.
Vitamin D homogenized milk, huh? Okay. Well, here you are, Susan. Spinach, carrots, and milk. Now, eat it.
No, I wouldn't eat that.
But you told me that's what you should have.
Yes, that's what I should have. But I never eat it because I don't like it.
Now, Susan.
I'm hungry. I'll go, George.
Hi, Gracie.
Oh, Bill, maybe you can help us. How do you get a girl to eat?
Well, I wouldn't know. My problem's always been getting them to stop. Gracie, why is it every time I take a dame out, all she wants to do is eat?
Well, Bill, I guess she feels safer with a knife in her hand.
Why, Grace.
But I'm talking about the Bagleys' niece, little Susan. Come in and see if you can help.
Oh, come on, Susan. Eat the nice carrots.
I don't want to.
Well, but Susan, they give you curly hair. Carrots put the curls in my hair.
Oh, really, Bill? You mean at night you put your hair up on carrots?
Why won't you eat, Susan?
Mommy always makes me some nice hot oatmeal. Oh. Well, all right, Susan. I'll go out and make you some oatmeal.
Bill, I have to answer the door. Why don't you take Susan on your lap and tell her a story?
Okay, George. Well, jump up on my lap, Susie. That's it. Now, put your head on my shoulder. There. Now, how would you like to be in pictures? Oh, wait a minute. That's the story I give the older girl.
Bill, tell her the story of Little Red Riding Hood.
Okay, George. Well, Susie, once upon a time, there was a little girl.
Here's your mail, Mrs. Burns. Oh, it's Mr. Burns.
Hello, Mr. Postman. Say, do you have any children?
Oh, yes. I have 2 daughters, Frances and Chevrolet.
Chevrolet?
She just arrived this year.
You named her Chevrolet?
Yes. What we really wanted was a car.
Well, look, do you ever have trouble getting them to eat?
I used to. I spanked Frances until my hand was red, but she wouldn't eat. Then I bought a book on child psychology.
And that did it?
Yes. When I spanked her with that, she ate.
Well, I couldn't spank the little girl I'm taking care of. She's Joe Bagley's niece, and I'm trying to buy a lot from him.
Well, I'll be running along. So long, George. Oh, so long, Mr. Postman.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Well, goodbye, Mr. Burns. Remember, keep smiling.
Well, Susan, you better eat now. Aunt Gracie has fixed you a nice big dish of oatmeal. Mommy always served it with butter and cream. Butter and cream. What a remarkable memory this child has. Now eat your oatmeal, Susan. I don't want it. But oatmeal makes a person big and strong and handsome. Oh, look at Uncle George. What about him? He didn't eat his.
Gracie, I think we're going to have to use PSYCHCH.
OLODY. Psychology.
Thanks, kid. Now, be a good girl and eat your oatmeal.
I don't want to. Well, George will eat some to show you how good it is.
But I don't like oatmeal.
George.
All right. Yummy, yum. Oatmeal is delicious.
Is it really? Do you like it?
Yes.
Then you eat it. Now, come on, Susan. Eat your food like a good little girl. Here, George, you take another spoonful to show her how good it is. Now, one more spoonful. Open your little mouth. There. All gone. You ate everything on the table, George. You can open your eyes and let go of your nose now.
Well, Susan, that shows you how delicious the cat. Hey, where's Susan?
Well, she's in the kitchen eating your steak.
My steak?
Well, that's only fair. You ate her carrots.
Now, look, I'm not going to let her.
Remember, she's Joe's niece, and Joe owns the lots you want to buy.
But she's got my steak, and I'm loaded up with carrots.
Carrots are good for you, Joe.
I hate carrots.
My father says they're wonderful for night blindness.
Well, he ought to know. He's blind every night.
Well, anyway, we've made Susan happy. I gave her your billfold to play with.
Well, good. Anything to keep her out of trouble.
And Gracie, I've cut out all the paper dolls.
Paper doll?
Yes. I cut out pictures of Washington and Lincoln and Hamilton.
Where'd you get them, honey?
Aren't those green pieces of paper in your billfold?
Oh, no. If I didn't want that lot of Joe Bagleys, I would...
George. Come on, Susan. And Gracie will undress you and put you to bed for your nap. Now, what's this in your pocket? That's a note my Uncle Joe gave me this morning. I forgot to give it to you.
What does it say, Gracie?
It says, Dear George, I am sending this note by Susan to tell you that the lot you wanted was sold yesterday.
No.
Well, hello. Come right in. Oh, George, we've got company, and they're all in uniform.
This is Bill Goodwin, inviting all you servicemen and women to enjoy another pleasant visit with George Burns and Gracie Allen, our tenor Jimmy Cash, and Felix Mills and his orchestra. And now, meet the people who live in the Burns house, George and Gracie.
Oh, Mrs. Regan, yeah? I just remembered something. I'm completely broke. Could you...
I'd be glad to lend you some, Kushler, but I'm in the same fix myself. I sent the last penny I had to my brother, so he could get himself some glasses.
Oh, how sweet.
Yes. The poor fellow got tired of drinking out of bottles.
Well, if we don't get some money, neither one of us will get the hat.
Oh, if only Mr. Byrne weren't so tight, sisters.
Oh, Mrs. Regan, George is a big spender. When we were in vaudeville together, we used to pool our salaries. And many's the week he spent so much money on me that we got clear down to his salary.
Then why not ask him for money to buy the hat?
I did. But he wouldn't give it to me because I've already overspent my budget.
Oh, why don't you try a bit of blind?
You mean flatter the little rascal?
Sure. Flattery will work on any red-blooded man. It might even work on your husband.
Well, Mrs. Regan, that's a wonderful idea. I'll get the money.
Here he comes down the stairs.
Good morning, Mrs. Regan. Good morning, Gracie.
George, don't move.
Huh?
Stand there and let me look at you. Oh, you're so incredibly handsome.
I am?
Oh, if only I were a sculptor. Let the others make statues of Apollo and Mercury and Hercules. You're the man I want to chisel.
Oh, Gracie, I
How
didn't...
do they ever pack so much man into one body? When I stop and realize that you're mine, all mine, it just frightens me.
Oh, honey.
How does great, big, gorgeous, attractive you ever come to marry itty-bitty, gorgeous, attractive me?
Look, Gracie.
Oh, come on, Hot Lips. Tell me you love me.
I love you.
Oh, no. Now, put some feeling into it.
I love you.
Do you really, darling?
Yes.
That's good. George.
No, you can't have the hat.
But, George.
Flattery will get you no place.
Flattery, I was telling the truth. Wasn't I, Mrs. Regan?
That she was, Mr. Burns. You're a man with the shimmering beauty of Killarney in your face, and the twinkle of the stars over the Emerald Isle in your eyes. And your voice, your voice is like the sound of the wind blowing through the shamrocks. And, no, I can't do it, Gracie. I can't do it. It would finish me in Ireland.
I
thought so. So it was flattery, and Mrs. Regan was in on it.
But, George...
Look, honey, you don't have to flatter me to get things.
I don't?
Of course not. When you want something, just come right out and ask me. That's the way to get it.
All right. George, can I have a new hat?
No.
I like the other way better. I felt I was getting someplace. No hat. Huh?
No hat, no.
George, why don't you want to buy me a new hat?
Because you always get such ridiculous, outlandish hats.
I do not.
You do, too. What would you say if I came home with a derby that had a flagpole sticking through the crown and 2 toy Jeeps racing around the brim?
George, that sounds darling. Where did you see it?
Oh, stop.
George, I've been thinking about what I did, and I want to apologize.
What did you do?
Oh, I deliberately flattered you to try to get a new hat. I feel stupid ashamed of myself.
Oh, don't feel so.
Oh, it was a low, mean, vulgar thing to do.
Oh, honey.
I hate myself for such sneaking, underhanded, vile trickery.
I didn't mind. I'll tell you something. It almost worked. One more compliment, and I'd have given in.
You're incredibly handsome,
All
George.
right. That's no way to get things.
You're right, George. Flattery never works. Now, let's say, for an example, that I wanted to ask you to let me use the car this morning.
Don't waste your breath. The last time you had the car, you got a ticket for parking in front of a fire plug.
Parking? That policeman ought to be ashamed. All I did was stop for a wave, and he gave me a ticket.
That does seem unfair. Where did you stop for the wave?
At my regular beauty shop.
Forget about the car.
Well, I'm not asking for it, but if I were asking for it, I'd forget flattery and just appeal to your intelligence.
Right.
Because you're too clever for flattery.
Certainly.
The way to appeal to a busy, brainy man like you is to just ask for the car honestly, and you'll say, well, sure, Gracie, take it.
Absolutely.
Oh, thank you, John.
Now, wait a minute.
Now, you promised.
Look, honey, I don't mind you taking the car when it's necessary, but you're not a good driver. Harry Morton next door says you ruined his elm tree backing out of the driveway.
Oh, that's the man for you, exaggerating. I ran over one teensy tiny little branch clear at the top of the tree.
How could you run over a branch at the top of the tree?
The tree was lying across our driveway.
Well, didn't you see it?
Well, how could I? It wasn't lying there until I hit it.
Look, honey, I'm going to let you use the car this morning because I denied you the new hat. But try and... By the way, what do you want the car for?
Well, I want to buy some bananas and some cherries and avocados and some vegetables and maybe a pheasant.
Well, that sounds like essential marketing.
Sure, and I'll leave some money.
Okay, here you are. And now, honey, drive carefully. Keep your hands on the wheel, your foot on the brake, your mouth closed, your ears open, and your eyes on the road.
Is it all right if my nose just hangs there and rests?
Never mind being flipped. Just see that you have the car back here by noon without a scratch on it.
All right, dear. Well, I guess that's finished our shopping, Mrs. Regan. I parked the car right over here.
Oh, tell me, Gracie, darling, how did you ever manage to get the car and money, too?
Oh, I told George I wanted to buy bananas and cherries and avocados and vegetables and a pheasant.
But you didn't buy those things.
I bought everything but the pheasant. Couldn't find a hat with a pheasant on it.
Sure, I'd hate to be married to you, Kushler.
I don't think it'd be much fun for me either, Mrs. Regan. Oh, well, here's our car. Oh, will George be surprised to see us home without a scratch on the car? Did you see that? That parked car ran right into us.
Gracie, darling, you You backed into it, and you bent your back fender so it looks like a pretzel.
Hello, Mrs. Burns. Are you having trouble?
Oh, hello, Mr. Postman.
You girls seem to be on a bender. I made a little joke. Well, I guess you're not in the mood for levity.
Well, I'm afraid not, Mr. Postman. Do you think there's much damage done?
Well, your rear bumper is out of shape, if you'll pardon the expression.
Did I hurt the other car?
A little, but don't worry about it. I know the old biddy who owns it. She's a sourpuss.
Oh, but I should pay for any damage.
Oh, no, don't pay a penny to the old battle axe. Let her ask her husband for the money.
Well, all right. Who does the car belong to?
My wife. My Mrs. Burns.
Well, Gracie, I backed the car into the garage for you.
Oh, thank you, Bill. Anything to keep George from seeing that back fender.
Yeah, you really folded it up all right.
Well, this has taught me a lesson, Bill. I hereby solemnly swear that I will never lie or deceive my husband again as long as I live. Unless I'm positive it'll work.
Hey, here comes George up the walk now.
Uh-oh. And he's here for the car.
Well, calm down, Gracie. Maybe I can square this whole thing for you. I have a little idea.
Say, Gracie, who backed the car into the garage?
Why, I did, didn't I, Bill?
Sure. Really? I didn't know you were that good.
Oh, yes. I back into lots of things that you don't know about.
Well, I'm glad you're improving. I'm going to drive down to the office now. Goodbye, dear.
Oh, goodbye. Oh, Bill, what if he sees the fender?
Leave everything to me, Gracie. Wait a minute, George. Say, George, you mind dropping me at Hollywood and Vine? I got to pick up a cute little girl there at 3 o'clock.
Bill, I don't go to Hollywood and Vine. I go to Wilshire and La Brea.
Oh. Well, okay, I'll pick one up there at 3 o'clock.
Get in, Bill.
Hold it, George.
Hold it. What's the matter?
Well, you're running right into the side of the garage. Back up.
Huh?
Come on, back up, back up.
Okay.
More, George, more. Come on. Farther.
Oh!
You smashed the whole back end of the car.
What? I barely touched
Oh,
it.
come on. Let's get out and look at the damage.
Oh, murder, George. Look what you've done. I can't believe it. Fender is folded up like an accordion. Gracie will never let me live this down.
You're not kidding.
Bill, is there maybe some way that you could make Gracie believe that she did this?
What? You want me to stoop to deceit and trickery?
Well,
You want me to make someone who didn't do this believe they did? I'm surprised at you, George.
Well, forget it.
Shame on you. I won't do it.
All right.
You dirty person.
All right, I
Shameful
am.
thing to ask me to do it.
Gosh, Bill, I'm in an awful spot. After me lecturing Gracie about her driving, she finds out I smashed this fender. I'm a dead duck.
Well, take it easy, George. I'm the only one who knows. I'm the only one who could tell her.
And you wouldn't tell her, would you, Bill? Would you, Bill? Bill, look at me. Bill, old pal.
George, and I've been thinking maybe we should make a few changes in your radio program.
Look, Bill, I'm not going to let you or anybody else take over my program. I've worked hard to get where I am. I struggled, I starved, but I finally made it. I achieved success.
You married Gracie?
Yes, I do. No.
Well, now, what if I tell her about the fender, huh?
Well, I'm going to tell her myself. If she loves me, she'll forgive me. I'm going right in now and confess everything.
Mrs. Burns, I've been watching the garage through the kitchen window. Your husband didn't leave. He's heading for the house right now.
Uh-oh, maybe he saw the fender I smashed. Oh, I'm in for it if he did.
Now remember, Mrs. Burns, you're a lady and you're Irish. So don't degrade yourself by arguing. Just bash him with a bottle. Call me if you need me.
The best thing for me to do is just confess everything. If he loves me, he'll forgive me.
Gracie, I'd like to...
George, before you say anything, don't you think that when married people do something that other married people don't like, married people should forgive married people, especially if they're married? We are married, aren't we, George?
Yes, but I'm glad you feel that way, Gracie, because I've got a little confession to make.
Well, so have I, but you go first.
Oh, no. Ladies first.
Oh, no, that doesn't count. You go first in this house because you're the boss.
I am?
Well, you are when it fits in with what I'm saying.
Well, I'll make my confession, then you make your confession.
Ah.
I smashed the fender on the car.
Well, now for mine. I smashed. You what?
I backed up and smashed the fender.
Oh, you did, huh?
Yeah, and now I feel better because I've confessed and you'll forgive me. Huh? I don't like the sound of that.
I do. Forgive you indeed. Imagine refusing to let me drive the car and then going out on a wild joyride.
But I only...
Tearing through traffic at 80 miles an hour.
But all
Knocking down widows and orphans.
Okay. You've got me over a barrel.
I've got you over a hat box.
Hat box?
That's right. Remember the hat you said I couldn't get?
Yeah.
Well, I'm keeping it.
Oh, so you already had it. Now see here.
Dashing through red lights, bumping into Greyhound buses.
Okay, keep the hat.
Sure, and I'll get a dress to match it.
Okay.
And gloves to match the dress.
Aren't you carrying this a little?
Waving at blondes. Throwing empty bottles in the street.
Get the gloves.
Sure. And a bag to match them. Smashing the car so badly that even months wouldn't buy it.
I didn't say anything.
Well, I just threw that in for the shoes I'm getting to match the bag.
Oh.
Well, answer the door, Barney Oldfield.
Yes, dear.
Well, hurry up, Los Angeles driver.
Yes, dear.
Good afternoon, Mr. Burns. Here's your mail.
Thanks, Mr. Postman.
My goodness, you sound low. Having trouble with your wife?
Yes.
Oh, me too. Women are beasts, aren't they? But we men are so gullible. Along comes a pretty face and we're hooked.
Yep.
Come to think of it, I haven't even got that excuse. Oh, well, I guess you're happy that your wife wasn't hurt in the accident this morning.
The what?
Oh, it wasn't serious. She just backed into my wife's car and crumpled your fender.
Gracie crumpled the fender?
Yes. I always say that it takes a woman to be a woman driver.
You're so right. Well, goodbye, Mr. Postman.
Goodbye, Mr. Burns. Remember, keep smiling.
Well, who was it, Speedy?
The postman.
Oh. Well, as I was saying, I think I'll get a fur coat, too. Maybe red fox. Did you say the postman?
That's right.
Oh. He just delivered the mail, huh?
Ha!
didn't.
A fine thing. So you and Bill try to put one over on me.
Yes, dear.
You ought to be ashamed of yourself.
Yes, dear.
You take me for a complete idiot?
Yes, dear.
And that hat goes back to the store.
It goes back?
Yes.
All right, dear. If you say so.
Oh, now, honey, don't cry. I can't stand to see you cry. You'll dry your tears. You can keep the hat.
You really?
Sure, honey.
Now, why didn't I think of this method in the first place? Well, hello. Come right in. Oh, George, we've got company, and they're all in uniform.
This is Bill Goodwin, inviting all you servicemen and women to enjoy another pleasant visit with George Burns and Gracie Allen, our tenor Jimmy Cash, and Felix Mills and his orchestra. And now, meet the people who live in the Burns house, George and Gracie. Well, the Burnses have just arrived in Boston to entertain at the United War Fund rally tomorrow night. And we find them now in their hotel room.
Well, you know, George, there's one thing about that rally tomorrow night that puzzles me.
What's that?
Why did they ask you to sing? After all, you're one of the greatest singers in this country.
Oh, Gracie.
Well, you are.
I know, but you shouldn't say it. Besides, they probably asked some Boston fella to sing tomorrow night. Some back bay singer.
But you'd be twice as good. You not only have a back bay, but a front bay.
Well, if they don't want me to sing, it's their loss.
Well, it's just a shame. Well, if you sang here, you could put Boston on the map. You might make this town as famous as Worcester.
Well, they didn't ask me.
Foolish people. George, open up that flute-like throat and give Mama a load of what Boston is missing.
No one to talk with all by myself. No one to walk with. I'm happy on the chauffeur.
Oh, George, when you sing like that, my bobby socks just go limp.
Ain't misbehaving, saving all my love for. Oh, baby, love for you. Really saving love for you.
Oh, Boston, you're committing musical suicide. Why, George, you've got more music in your little finger than Rudy Valley has in his entire nose.
Well, I am in a good voice tonight. I know for certain you're the one.
Hold it, George, hold it. Look, hand me the telephone.
What are you going to do?
Well, I'm going to call Arthur Fiedler. He's in charge of music tomorrow night. Hello? Hello, operator? Get me Mr. Arthur Fiedler, director of Boston Pops Orchestra. Yes, I'll hold on. Oh, you've just got to sing tomorrow night, George. We owe it to the city that gave us Paul Revere and Samuel Adams.
I'm surprised you know so much about Boston history.
Well, you might not expect me to know about Paul Revere, but everyone knows who invented the Adams hat.
I thought so.
Hello? Oh, yes, Mr. Fiedler. This is Gracie Allen. Mr. Fiedler, do you know I ain't misbehaving? Mr. Fiedler.
What do you say?
He said to call him if I got in the mood.
I see.
No, Mr. Fiedler, I meant, do you have an arrangement of it that my husband, George Burns, could sing or... Yeah? Oh, all right. George, he wants to hear your voice.
Oh, give me the phone. Okay, Mr. Fiedler. Just get a load of this. Like Jackie Horner in the corner, don't go nowhere, and I don't care. Your kisses, worth white waiting for. Oh, daddy, daddy, daddy.
Well, Mr. Fiedler, how did you like it? Hello? Hello? Well, don't you worry, dear. Boston will hear you sing if I have to stop.
Come in.
Oh, hi, folks.
Oh, well, hello, Bill. Oh, good heavens, someone must be choking that poor man.
Gracie, don't you know who that is in the next room?
Who?
But it's James Melton.
That's a trained voice.
Well, he ought to be calling trains with it.
Why, Gracie, he's giving a concert here in Boston tonight.
Oh, he can sing in Boston, but George can't. How do you like that?
Boston and I like it fine.
We'll see about that. Excuse me, boys. Well, Mr. Melton will just have to turn his concert over to George tonight. That's all there is to it.
Yes?
You're James Melton, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
Well, Mr. Melton, I'm Gracie Allen, and I have something very serious to say to you.
Yes, I knew you were Gracie Allen. I'd know that beautiful face anywhere.
Well, you've just simply got to... You would?
Sure. And every time I see you, you look younger.
Oh, Mr. Melton.
Younger and more charming.
Oh, James.
And more chic.
Oh, Jimmy.
But enough of this. I believe you had something to say.
Oh, well, never mind that. Let's have some more of this.
No, really, Gracie, what did you want to say to me?
Oh, well, it's kind of hard to say now. Well, to be fair, I really should hear you sing first.
Well, I'll be glad to. How about some Traviata?
Oh, no thanks. I just finished dinner. But you go right ahead and sing something.
All right. Here's something you might like.
Mr. Melton, I came in here to ask you to let my husband, George, sing at your concert tonight, but now that I've heard your voice, I can't ask it. It's too ridiculous.
Really?
Oh, yes. If they ever hear my husband sing, you're finished.
You mean George would take over my career?
Well, it's inevitable. What do you do besides sing at the Metropolitan and give concerts?
But never mind. I'm sort of interested in this husband of yours. I've just got to hear that man sing.
Well, you'll hate yourself. He's glorious, simply glorious.
Really a lot better than I am, huh?
How high can you sing, Mr. Melton?
Well, I can hit high C.
Yeah, and how low?
Low A.
Well, there you are, A to C, 2 notes.
Now, wait a minute. There are 2 octaves in there.
Oh, never mind the alibis. Now, George can hit an I below low Q.
An I below low Q?
Yes.
Well, there are no such notes.
Oh, I suppose Paul Whiteman doesn't know music.
Whiteman?
Mr. Whiteman said that George had the lowest IQ in music.
Like Jackie Horner in the corner, don't go nowhere, and I don't care.
Where's that coming from?
Well, my room. Do you like it?
Oh, yes, I love them all. What kind is it? A Cocker Spaniel?
Well, that's my husband, George Burns.
Oh.
Oh, Cocker Spaniel. Well, a Cocker Spaniel has long ears and droopy eyes and wrinkles and... Well, anyway, he doesn't sound like one.
I'm sorry, Gracie. I guess the war kind of muffled it.
Well, I'll go get him and bring him in here. Excuse me a moment, Mr. Melton.
Well, Gracie, did you ask Melton about me singing at his concert?
Oh, George, I just didn't have the heart. Poor Mr. Melton. If the people hear you sing, you'll be all finished.
Well, that's show business. A man is a big star one day, and then some young kid like me comes along, and he's finished.
Dear, let's keep this discussion sensible, shall we?
Well, what are we going to do?
Oh, wait, I've got it.
What?
You and James Melton change places. You take over his singing career, and he'll work with me.
You mean you'd create a new radio team? James Melton and Gracie Allen?
Gracie Allen and James Melton, dear. This time I wouldn't be such a big fool.
Well, I would like to have my own singing program like Melton's and give concerts and stuff. I guess it wouldn't hurt to try it for a week or so.
Oh, good. Let's go see what Mr. Melton thinks of the idea. Well, here we are, Mr. Melton. This is my charming and talented husband, George Burns.
How do you do, Mr. Melton?
This is a great pleasure, Mr. Burns. Your wife tells me that you're just about the finest singer in the world.
Oh, Gracie likes to exaggerate. There are dozens of singers better than I am.
Name one.
Well, I can't think of anybody offhand.
Well, how about...
Never mind. I'll think of my own.
Well, anyway, Mr. Melton, we have a proposition for you. You and George will change places. He'll sing on your program, and you'll work with me.
Well, Gracie, I'm very flattered. Gee, I'd get a big kick out of working with you. But how can you break up the team of Burns and Allen? Why, they go together like ham and eggs.
Oh, well, I don't intend to disturb the eggs. I just wanted to rearrange the ham.
How about it, Jimmy?
Well, I don't know. I'd like to ask a few questions.
Okay, I'll be glad to answer
Well,
them.
let me answer them, George. Fire away, Mr. Melton.
Well, first of all, what happens to the money you two make? How is it divided?
Take it, George.
Well, you'd come out pretty well on that deal, Jimmy.
Any other questions?
Yes, just one. Exactly what does George do?
Take it, George.
Never mind that. How about it, Jimmy? Are you interested?
Yes, I am, in a way. But before I turn my singing career over to you, well, I'd like to hear your voice.
Oh, that's right. You haven't heard George sing. Oh, he's magnificent. His voice melts people down like a red-hot smelter.
Oh, Gracie.
Why, when he sang at the canteen the other night, he smelted the entire place.
Well, I can't wait to hear him.
Well, unleash those twin nightingales in your throat, dear, and start Melton.
I don't stay out late, don't care to go. I'm home about 8, just me and my radio.
Hey, wait a minute.
Oh.
Wait a minute. I've heard enough.
Oh, you're convinced, huh?
Well, let's just say that I've heard enough. Mr. Burns, I don't claim to be an authority, but your technique is wrong. You're not using your diaphragm.
I'm not?
No. No, you should practice breathing.
Well, now, that's the silliest thing I ever heard. He's been breathing all his life. Why should he practice?
No, but he's not singing properly. He's just using his throat.
Well, what do you sing with, your elbow?
Well, I sing with my diaphragm and my stomach. And then the notes come out nice and round.
Well, how can they miss from that stomach?
Gracie.
Well, I can't help it, George. You know, I don't like these displays of professional jealousy.
Well, he's trying to help me. He may not have my natural talent, but he has studied. Jimmy, how about a little demonstration?
All right, George. I'll be glad to give it to you.
Well, now, George, you see what I mean? You can sing better than that with one tonsil tied behind you.
Well, that's not a bad little voice Jimmy has got. In fact, I was about to invite him to share the concert with me tonight.
Well, that's very big of you, dear. Mr. Melton, isn't George big?
Well, he's one of the biggest ones I've ever seen. Imagine giving me part of my own concert.
Generous, huh?
Look, this has gone far enough, folks. I'm doing the concert tonight alone.
Alone?
Alone.
Can't George have half?
No.
2 songs?
No.
1 song?
No.
The chorus?
No.
Can he sell popcorn?
All right. That's enough, dear.
No, it isn't. Boston will hear you sing if I have to appeal directly to Governor Saltonstall. Say, that's an idea. Where's your telephone, Mr. Melton?
Right in that room. But surely you won't...
Oh, leave everything to me. Goodbye, George.
You don't suppose she'll actually call the governor? Come in. Well, Bill Goodwin. Come on in.
Well, Jim, I just wanted to get... Hello, George.
Hello, Bill.
Jimmy, I wanted to ask you for a couple of tickets to your concert tonight. I've got a date with a Boston girl here. Could you spare a couple of balcony seats?
Oh, you don't want to sit in the balcony, Bill. Put her up on the front row so she can see how I work.
Well, yeah, but in the balcony she can see how I work.
How about it?
Well, Bill, I'll give you the tickets if you'll get George Burns out of my hair. He insists on appearing at my concert here tonight.
Well, what's the matter with that?
Thanks, Bill.
Listen, Jim, you'd like to create a sensation tonight, wouldn't you?
Sure.
You'd like to hold that audience spellbound, wouldn't you?
Why, of course.
Well, then let George get up there.
Bill, you're not going to talk at my concert, and George isn't going to sing. Now, come on, and I'll get you those tickets.
Well, okay. So long, George. I did what I could for you, pal.
Yeah, thanks, pal.
I'll be back in about 10 minutes, George.
I wonder if Gracie really telephoned Governor Saltonstall. I'd better see.
Oh, Governor Saltonstall. Oh, you're just saying that. Oh, Governor. Oh, I'm not. I'm not the prettiest girl in the world. No. Oh, Governor Saltonstall, please.
Gracie, you're not talking to the governor. You're holding the hook down.
I know, dear. I was just rehearsing what I'd say when I did talk.
Well, just forget the whole thing. I'm not going to sing tonight or any other time. I'm through. I may as well give up.
Give up?
Gracie, I'll never sing again as long as I live.
But that's so unfair to the public. A George Burns who doesn't sing is like a pin-up picture of Betty Grable that shows only her forehead.
I'm going into our room and lie down.
Oh, poor George. Oh, Mr. Melton's just got to let him sing tonight, or he'll do something desperate. Why, he's liable to go into our room and close the door and turn on the gas and fix himself a strong cup of coffee. Come in.
Is this Mr. Melton's room?
Yes.
Well, here's his music for tonight's concert. Be sure he gets it. He can't do the concert without this.
Oh, he can.
No, he'll be lost without this music.
Oh, really?
Yes. You'll give it to Mr. Melton, won't you?
Oh, yes, yeah, I'll give it to him. But good.
Gee, I'm glad you're still here. Did a man bring my music for tonight's concert?
Yes, he did.
Good. Where is it?
Are you going to let George sing?
No. Where's my music?
Oh, funny. I've lost my memory.
What?
Well, it happens to me every time I come here to Chicago.
But we're in Boston.
Oh, are we, Mr. Sinatra?
Now, Gracie, I can't do the concert without the music. Come on, where'd you put it?
Well, wait, my memory's coming back.
Good.
Will you let George sing?
No.
Whoops, there it goes again.
Oh, now, really, Gracie.
Who?
Gracie, that's your name.
Then why does everybody call me Snowflake?
All right, I give up. You've got me over a barrel. Give me the music, and George can sing tonight.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Melton. You know, for a minute I thought I'd have to resort to trickery. Well, goodbye. We'll see you at the concert. Ladies and gentlemen of Boston, you've been listening to Mr. Melton sing for 2 hours. And now we come to the musical portion of his concert. A song by the California Thrush, Crosby's Curse, Sugar Throat Burn.
Oh, by the way, George, the orchestra didn't have an arrangement of Ain't Misbehavin', so I'll back you up with a little obligato.
Well, it's swell of you to play second fiddle to me this way, Jimmy.
Oh, I'm glad to do it, George. Glad to do it.
Gonna talk with all by myself.
He's by himself. He's all alone. He's not with you. He's not with me. He's all alone. He's by himself. He's by himself. He's all alone. Figaro, 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 Figaro!
That's an obligato?
Excuse me, George. I sort of got carried away.
But not far enough.
Go right ahead. Go right ahead and sing.
No one to talk with all by myself. No one to walk with. I'm happy on the shelf.
That man is happy. He's the happiest man. That man is happy. Happy upon whose
Come on, Gracie, let's go home.
Oh, George, we've got company, and they're all in uniform.
This is Bill Goodwin, inviting all you servicemen and women to enjoy another pleasant visit with George Burns and Gracie Allen, our tenor Jimmy Cash, and Felix Mills and his orchestra. And now, meet the people who live in the Burns house, George and Gracie. Well, George and Gracie have just arrived in New York on their barn tour, and we find them now waiting for a cab at Grand Central Station.
Oh, my, it's grand to be in New York again. Wonderful, wonderful New York. No wonder they call it the city of brotherly love.
You're thinking of Philadelphia.
Oh. No wonder they call it the Eternal City.
That's Rome.
The Windy City?
Chicago.
The Motor City?
Detroit.
Wonderful, wonderful New York. No wonder they call it New York City.
Now you're playing it safe. I was born here, you know.
You were there?
Sure. I was born over on the east side. Pitt Street.
Pitt Street.
Yeah. 1842.
1842. What month?
1842 Pitt Street.
Oh.
Good night. I couldn't have been born in 1842.
Oh, of course not.
That's before Lincoln became president. Well, come on, let's grab a cab and find a place to stay. You know, Gracie, I'd feel safer if you'd let me wire ahead for hotel reservations.
Oh, don't be such a worrier, George. We'll have no trouble finding a place to stay in New York. And I know they have plenty of room in Brooklyn.
Come on, Gracie, let's get a room.
Well, it's now 5 hours and 76 hotels later, and George and Gracie are still looking.
But, Clerk, the man ahead of us got a room.
He had a reservation.
You see, Gracie, we should have wired for one yesterday.
Yesterday, when he made his, people were only smoking their cigarettes halfway down.
Well, hiya, Burnses.
Oh, hello, Bill.
Oh, hello, Goodwin. You know where we can get a hotel room?
Are you kidding? George, you won't find a room in this town if you live to be 100, which gives you about 2 months to look around.
Funny man. How did you get a room here?
Well, I didn't, George. I'm staying with an aunt. I'm just here to see an old pal of mine, Francho Tone.
Francho Tone? The movie star?
Yeah.
Does he stay here?
Yes, we were out together last night. Went dancing at Roseland.
Well, Bill, isn't he a little tall for you to dance with?
Gracie, we had dates.
Oh. Bill, what sort of a fellow is Francho Tone?
Oh, he's suave, sophisticated, handsome, and a devil with the women. Gee, they... He's cute. They simply can't resist him.
Ah. In other words, he's George's type.
What?
I get awfully silly sometimes, don't I?
All right. Hey, Bill.
Yes?
There's Tone getting off the elevator right now.
Yeah, where? Oh, yes. Say, he is fascinating. That man-of-the-world type that women like.
Yes, huh?
Yes. And look at those young, firm bags under his eyes.
Hey, look, he's got a suitcase with him. It looks like he's checking out.
Well, grab his room for us.
Well, you wait here, kids. I'll talk to him. Hey, Francho, where are you going?
Oh, hello, Bill.
France, you checking out?
Oh, just going to Chicago for a couple of days. Say, Bill, where did those girls come from that we were out with last night?
Oh, you mean Ingrid and Greta?
Yeah. Ingrid and Greta Bugelmeyer.
Very, very high-class girls, Francho. I had plenty of trouble getting them. They only go out with celebrities, and that left one of us in a pretty embarrassing spot.
Well, so long, Bill. I gotta run.
Oh, wait, Francho. How about a couple of friends of mine using your room while you're gone?
Gee, I'm sorry. I've already loaned it to a fella. I'll see you later, Bill.
Okay. So long, Francho.
Well, how about it, Bill? Did you get Francho Tone's room for us?
Well, no, Gracie. A friend of his has already moved in. It's too bad, too. It's one of the nicest rooms in the hotel. 516.
516, huh? Well, thanks for trying, Bill. I'll see you later.
Bye, Gracie.
George, get our bags and bring them up to room 516.
Have we got it?
We'll have it. Is this the room Francho Tone just left?
Yes.
Well, I'm a nurse from the Board of Health. Take off your clothes.
What?
We have to burn them. This room is contaminated. Mr. Tone just collapsed in the lobby with a very contagious disease.
What disease?
What disease?
Yes.
Double frizola of the throat.
Frizola? And you think I might get it?
You may already have it. Stick out your tongue.
Ah.
Now turn it over.
I can't.
Frizola.
Look, lady, I never heard of frizola.
Well, here I am, Gracie. Is this the room?
Yes. Put everything inside.
Okay, I'll put the stuff in this bedroom.
Who's that?
That? Why, he's the only living man who ever recovered from frizola.
Holy smoke. Does it leave you looking like that?
Yes.
I'm getting out of here.
Who was that?
That?
Yeah.
The only living man who ever recovered from frizola. Oh, George, isn't this thrilling? We're going to spend the night in Francho Tone's apartment.
Stop moaning around and help me finish unpacking. Here, stick those handkerchiefs in the dresser drawer.
All right. My goodness, Mr. Tone left some things behind.
What's funny?
He wears pink ones.
Come on, honey. I'm tired. I want to get to bed.
Well, I'm almost ready for bed, dear. Are my cosmetics in this bag?
I don't know. Unpack it and find out.
Oh, let's see now. Cold cream, vanishing cream, cleansing cream, night cream, chin strap and girdle. George, where'd you put my stuff?
In the other bag, I guess.
Oh, gee. Francho Tone's apartment.
Well, come on. Come to bed, Gracie.
All right, dear. Did you notice this leather-bound book on the nightstand beside the bed?
No.
Oh, I'll bet it's a book of poems that Francho Tone reads every night before he drops off. I'll read one.
Okay, read it and let's go to sleep.
Oh, now, here's one that starts, Gertie, Plaza 5, 9970. Well, George, that doesn't rhyme, does it?
Gracie, if you don't stop snooping around and talking so much about Francho Tone, you'll dream about him tonight.
Oh, I should dream about Francho Tone when I'm married to George Burns. Believe me, you've got plenty that he hasn't got.
Okay, go to sleep.
I can't now. I'll be awake all night trying to think what it is.
Okay, turn out the light and go to sleep.
Yes, dear. Imagine me dreaming about Francho Tone. Oh, so would I, dear. The only man I could ever dream about is my husband, George Tone. Francho Burns. Oh, good night, dear.
Ah, good morning, my darling wife. Is breakfast ready?
Why, yes. Yes, it is George.
Why are you staring at me, Gracie?
Well, you look so cute this morning.
I do.
Oh, yes. In fact, better than you did when I married you.
Well, here's a nice big kiss for you, darling.
Do that again, George.
All right.
You are George, aren't you?
Of course, precious. To prove it, here's another great big kiss.
application on you.
Why, what's come over you, Gracie? You've never been this way before.
Oh, neither have you.
Well, I'll have to be running to the office, sweetheart. Give me a big hug.
Oh, George, don't squeeze me so tight. George, oh, you're so strong. George!
Huh? What? What's the matter, Gracie?
Oh, George, I just had a dream. Turn on the light. I want to look at you.
Okay. Huh?
Turn it off there.
Go back to sleep, Gracie.
Oh, now that's funny. I could have sworn that George looked like Francho Tone. Oh, I guess I'm just overtired.
Yoo-hoo, Gracie. I'm home.
Oh, George, you're early tonight. Dinner isn't ready.
Oh, that's all right, baby. By the way, you know that new hat you've been wanting?
Yes?
I bought it for you today. And that reminds me, here's the check for last week's radio program. You keep it all.
Me? Keep it all?
Sure. And here's a kiss to seal the bargain. Well, why do you look so puzzled?
I still say something new has been added.
Well, aren't you happy?
Happy? I'm delirious.
Gracie. Please tell me why you're sitting up in bed laughing in the middle of the night?
Oh, I'm sorry, dear. It's that dream again. I keep having dreams in which you look like Francho Tone. It's terrible.
It is, huh?
Yeah, they're so short.
Go to sleep, dear.
Oh, yes, dear.
Well, Gracie, I've got a surprise for you.
You have, George?
Yeah, Francho Tone is on his way over here.
Oh, but George, he's a terrible wolf.
Are you kidding? Francho Tone a wolf? Why, he's almost as old as I am.
But I tell you, dear, he's a handsome, sophisticated wolf.
Huh. In his condition, he couldn't catch Little Red Riding Hood.
Well, I'll get it, George.
Mrs. Burns?
Yes?
I'm Francho Tone.
You're the handsome, sophisticated wolf?
I am.
You must have spent the night in the trap.
Come here, baby. How would you like to get in pictures?
Mr. Tone.
Just call me Francie. Come here, baby.
Oh, please. I'm happily married to George Burns.
George Burns? That broken-down excuse for a man? Come here, baby.
No.
Francho Tone, what are you doing with my wife?
Just saying hello, Hollywood style.
Get out of my house, you cad. Get out. I should have known better than to leave you alone, Wolf.
Oh, George, what a horrible experience that was. He made advances.
But don't even talk about it, darling. I'll take you in my arms and hug your fears away.
Oh, George.
You're so sweet.
Oh, George.
So beautiful.
Oh, George.
So precious.
Oh, George.
What's the matter?
Oh, I was dreaming about Francho Tune again.
I told you shouldn't have eaten that lobster at Lindy's.
Well, do you think that's what's making me dream about Francho Tone, the lobster?
Sure. Now go to sleep.
George.
What?
Do you think Lindy's would deliver at this time of night?
Oh, good night. Gracie, you've hardly touched your breakfast.
Oh, I can't eat, dear. I'm worried. Imagine dreaming all night about Francho Tone.
Well, it's nothing to worry about. It's very simple. You sleep in Francho Tone's bed, so you dreamed about him.
Well, that doesn't explain it.
Why not?
Oh, I slept in a Murphy bed, but I didn't dream about George Murphy.
That's silly.
I took a nap on a Morris chair, but I didn't dream about Chester Morris.
All right.
And I once slept in front of a stove, but I didn't dream about Gabriel Heater.
Just forget it, dear.
No, I'm worried. It's embarrassing for a married woman to have this happen to her.
It was just a dream.
But I don't want to dream about men. I just want to dream about you.
Thanks, dear.
Come in. Oh, hello, Bill.
Gracie, say, how did you manage to get Francho Tone's apartment?
Oh, I managed it, Bill, but I'm almost sorry I did.
Why?
Well, I dream all night long that George is Francho Tone.
Well, you don't have to stay here during the day.
Ah, yes. Funny, Billy.
Bill, I won't get any sympathy from you. I can see that.
Oh, sure you will, Gracie. I know how upsetting dreams can be. Gosh, I dreamed last night that Lana Turner, Paulette Goddard, and Betty Grable came to my hotel room and grabbed me and just started to kiss me and kiss me and kiss me. It was horrible.
Bill, you're not a bit worried about my dreams. I guess there's only one way for me to stop dreaming about Francho Tone.
What's that?
Well, I'll have to stay awake.
Well, okay. Bill and I'll go down and get you some black coffee.
All right, dear. Well, I'm just going to sit down here and concentrate on staying awake. Why should I dream about Francho Tone anyway? True, Francho Tone's got broad shoulders, but so has George got broad... True, Francho Tone's got a big chest, but so has George got a... Oh, maybe I should start at the other end. Anyway, I won't dream about him anymore because I won't go to sleep.
Well, hello.
Well, what do you know? I did go to sleep.
I beg your pardon.
You got back sooner than I expected, darling.
Well, I didn't go to Chicago. Darling. Did you call me darling?
Well, do you know of any reason why I shouldn't call you darling?
Well, that's what bothers me. There's probably every reason why you should.
I should say so. I'm your wife.
My what?
Your wife.
You mean you and I got married?
Well, certainly.
Oh, I knew I shouldn't have had that second martini last night. Look, honey, which one of the Vogelmeyers are you?
Vogelmeyer?
Yeah, I'll start the annulment proceeding.
You will not after I've been married to you for 10 years.
10 years?
Well, really, dear, you needn't act so surprised.
Do you mind if I ask you a rather personal question?
Oh, of course not. What is it?
Do we have any children?
Oh, well, now this is getting pretty silly even for a dream. I wish I knew what's come over you, George.
George? My name isn't George. It's Francho. Francho Tone.
Oh, don't be ridiculous.
Yeah, but it is. I'm Francho Tone.
Look, you think you're Francho Tone, and I think you're Francho Tone, but you happen to be George Burns. And as soon as I wake up, you'll get your old face back.
Look, lady, I'm a little confused.
Well, Gracie, I got the cook. Oh.
Oh, come in. We were just talking about you, Francho.
Francho? No, Gracie. I'm George. He's Francho.
Look, mister, can you tell me what's going on here?
Oh, sure. It's very simple, Mr. Tone. You see, when my wife falls asleep, she dreams that you're me and I'm you. But when she's awake, I'm me and you're you. But right now, she thinks she's asleep, so I'm you and you're me. But actually, you're you and I'm me.
Which one of the Vogelmeyers did you marry last night?
I know it sounds confusing, but all we have to do is convince her that she's awake.
You're awake, lady. Honest you are. Wide awake.
Really? Would you pinch me to make sure?
Why, of course.
Ouch.
There you are.
Oh, gee, you pinch kind of cute.
I do, huh?
Uh-huh. It's obvious that you're not my husband.
Of course he isn't your husband, Gracie. Doesn't it come back to you now? You sent me out for black coffee to keep you awake, and here it is.
Oh, yes, I remember now. When I'm awake, you're my husband.
That's right.
And when I'm asleep, you're my husband.
That's right.
George.
What?
You drink the coffee.
I shall.
Now here are George and Gracie.
Well, Gracie, next week we'll be selling bonds in Philadelphia. And the guest star will be one of the world's greatest pianists.
Oh, George, you shouldn't think of me as a guest.
Not you, Gracie. Jose Iturbe. You're hardly in his class.
Well, according to Sir Albert Coates, the great conductor, I'm better than Iturbe.
Coates thinks you're better?
Well, certainly. We both played with Mr. Coates, and when I finished, he kissed me, and he didn't kiss Jose Iturbe.
Well, it's Tuesday night again, time for another pleasant visit with George Burns and Gracie Allen, and tonight their special guest, Frank Sinatra, with Felix Mills and his orchestra. And now, meet the people who live in the Burns house, George and Gracie. Well, George and Gracie are out canvassing the neighborhood selling war bonds, and their housekeeper, Mrs. Regan, is making the most of their absence. She's having a wonderful time listening to her latest Frank Sinatra record.
My sweet...
Ah, Frankie, lad, through the voice of your fair melts the stays in me corset. And to think I used to swoon over John McCormick.
Well, we're back, Mrs. Regan, and George sold more bonds than I did again.
Yeah, I beat her again. Looks like I'm going to win the bet.
Oh, you made a little wager, huh?
Oh, yeah, we bet a wristwatch. If I sell more bonds than George, he has to go right down to the store and buy me a wristwatch. But if he sells more than I do, I have to wait till Christmas for it.
I wish Gracie would handle my transactions with Morgenthau.
Well, I'd best get some lunch for you folks.
Oh, by the way, Gracie, we have to be at Warner Brothers Theater for the Bond show rehearsal at 5 o'clock.
Yeah. You know, George, I'm glad it's Warner Brothers. I feel sort of sentimental about that theater.
How come?
Oh, I don't know. I guess it's the great love scenes we sat there and watched. Oh, what passionate embraces. But done with such finesse.
Yes, that's where to go to learn technique.
Yes. Of course, it's not bad in the Pantages balcony either.
I thought you meant the lovemaking on the screen.
Oh, George, you're so naive. I'll bet you think the back seat of a taxi is just for transportation.
Yeah, I'm a tourist.
George, there's almost certain to be some big movie producers and directors in the audience tonight, and it's a perfect chance for you to be discovered. So be sure to slip in a song.
They'd like that, huh?
Oh, yes. Why, you might become the singing Humphrey Bogart.
You think so?
Sure. You know, George, you're a cross between Humphrey Bogart.
Humphrey Bogart and who else?
Oh, please, dear, don't be a pig.
Well, it does look like tonight is my golden opportunity, all right. Any other singers on the program?
Not a one. You'll be outstanding.
Ain't misbehaving all by myself.
Oh, excuse me, dear. There's someone at the door.
Good afternoon, Missy Burns.
Oh, well, hello, Mr. Postman. Lovely day, isn't it?
Oh, yes. The crisp winter air just turns my blood to wine and sends it racing through my magnificent body. Gosh, it's good to be alive.
Oh, yes. I'm much happier that way, too. Are you coming to the Bond show at Warner Brothers Theater tonight?
Oh, yes. My wife wouldn't miss Frank Sinatra.
Frank Sinatra? Will he be there tonight?
Yes.
Oh, dear. Oh, I'd give anything to keep Mr. Sinatra from showing up tonight.
Me, too. There's something about his singing that brings out the beast in my wife.
Well, is that bad?
Oh, yes. She can't afford to look any more like a beast than she does now. Well, let me know if I can help you. Goodbye, Mrs. Burns. Remember, keep smiling.
George!
Yes, dear?
George, get a grip on yourself. Frank Sinatra is singing tonight.
Well, of all the...
Oh, well, now, don't get excited. You can sing some other time.
But I wanted to sing tonight. I wanted to be discovered tonight.
Oh, Pooh, let Sinatra sing tonight. You're young. You've got years and years. You're right. Tonight's the night.
Well, I'm going down to the cigar store.
Oh, poor George. Sensitive artist that he is. Mrs. Regan! Well, I'll just have to see that Frank Sinatra doesn't show up tonight.
Did you call me, Mrs. Burns?
Oh, yes, Mrs. Regan. I've got a problem, and maybe you can help me. You see, George wants to sing at the Bond show tonight, but Frank Sinatra is going to sing there. Now, they can't both sing.
Certainly not.
So it's up to us to get rid of one of them.
Right you are. And we know which one, don't we?
Yeah. We certainly do. Will you help me?
That I will, and gladly. And I know just how to do it.
Oh, yeah, how?
On me dresser, I've got a bottle of knockout drop.
My goodness. Well, why do you keep such a thing on your dresser?
Force of habit. I used to use it on my husband to keep him home nights. Now, we'll slip the little Lugan a glass of the stuff, and he'll sleep peacefully through the whole performance.
Oh, wonderful. I'll go right up and get it.
It's the blue bottle. This is going to be good. Come in.
Oh, hello, Mrs. Regan. What are you laughing about?
Well, I was just thinking about Mr. Burns.
Oh, well, let me join you. You know, Mrs. Regan, it's too bad he isn't here. We could look at him and get hysterical, huh?
Oh, Mr. Goodwin.
Yes?
I understand you're a personal friend of Frank Sinatra's.
Oh, yes, that's right, Miss Regan.
The girls really go for him, don't they?
Oh, do they? Well, sir, you should have seen what happened last night.
Oh.
See, Frankie and I walked out of the Brown Derby together, and this mob of girls clustered around him yelling, "Ooh, Frankie, Frankie, introduce us to Bill Goodwin."
They wanted to meet you?
Well, sure, Mrs. Regan.
Oh, Mr. Goodwin, I won't find out anything about Frankie from you. So I'll just put on his record again and use my imagination. All right, Frankie boy, sing to me.
Here you are, Mrs. Burns. This is Frank Sinatra's house.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Postman. Now, if I can get him to drink this knockout medicine of Mrs. Regan, he won't be around to steal the show from George tonight.
And my wife will be so disappointed. Well, good luck, Mrs. Burns.
Thank you. George may be a Nicky, but if Frankie drinks this me.
Yes?
Oh, how do you do? I'm working my way through college, selling Dr. Regan's elixir.
Wait a minute. You, Gracie Allen. You couldn't be working your way through college.
Oh, well, that is a little unbelievable, isn't it? I'll start again. How do you do? I'm working my way through high school.
Come in, Gracie. What's this all about?
Well, Mr. Sinatra, you're a very lucky man. This is the last bottle of Dr. Regan's magic elixir.
Well, just what is Dr. Regan's elixir?
Well, it's the only cure for which there is no disease.
But what would I want with this stuff?
Oh, taken regularly, it will build any man into a mass of muscle. It works wonders.
Can you tell me any men that this has worked wonders on?
Well, have you seen my husband, George Burns?
Well, yes, I've seen him.
Oh. Recently?
Uh-huh, recently.
Oh. Well, he starts tomorrow. Now, if you get a glass, I'll pour you out a nice big glassful.
Now, wait a minute, Gracie. What's the stuff made of?
Oh, it's a secret formula, made by a secret electrical process handed down from father to son for 1,000 years.
Where did they get electricity 1,000 years ago?
Now, if you get a glass, why,
Gracie, you knocked me out.
Well, believe me, I'm trying to.
Tell me, why are you selling this stuff?
Why?
Well, yes. Why should Gracie Allen have to go from house to house selling patent medicine?
Why?
Yes. I'm trying to think of a good logical reason.
Well, if you get one before I do, let's share it.
Gracie, don't you know?
Yes, of course I know. Can't you see I'm just being flippant to hide my shame?
What shame?
No. Don't ask me to tell you. You're too fine, Frankie. Too young and innocent.
Oh, I don't know. I'm not so innocent. I've read books. I know how the bees carry pollen from flower to flower.
You do?
Yeah, I even tried it, and believe me, it's nothing to get excited about. Now, come on, Gracie. Tell me why you're doing this.
Well, it'll be quite a shock, Frankie. You'd better drink this elixir first so you'll be strong enough to stand it.
No, thanks.
Just a spoonful? Lick the cork?
No, Gracie. First, I want to know why you're selling medicine.
Well, I hate to tell you the reason, Frankie. It's so ugly, so sordid.
Oh, so it's George.
Huh? Oh, yes, that's it. George forces me to do it.
Don't you make enough money on the radio to satisfy him?
Oh, no, he's never satisfied. He wants money. More money, more and more, always more. Oh, you don't know what it's like.
Yes, I do. I've got agents.
Oh, Frankie, men are beasts. Don't ever marry one.
Don't worry. So George forces you to do this work, huh?
Yes, that's why you've got to buy this last bottle. If I don't sell it all, he'll...
Yes?
He beats me.
Oh, you poor kid. Why, when you say that, I feel like throwing my arms around you and kissing your fears away.
He beats me.
Well, just leave that bottle with me, Gracie, and I'll see that he doesn't beat you again.
Oh, well, then you'll take it? Thank you, Frankie, thank you. Now be sure and drink a glass full before the Bond show tonight.
Mrs. Reagan, where's Gracie?
Oh, she's probably out going from house to house selling more bonds.
Yeah, I guess it kind of gripes her that I beat her today. I'll get it, Mrs. Reagan.
Thank
you. Well, Frank Sinatra. Come in, Frank. Gee, I'm glad to see you.
You rat.
Rat?
You dog.
Dog?
You scoundrel.
Scoundrel?
Look, think of your own words.
Frankie, what's the matter?
You ought to be ashamed of yourself, George Burns, letting your pretty little wife go selling from house to house.
Well, what's wrong with that? She's supporting a very worthy thing.
That's your opinion, brother. And if you ask me, it's about time she stopped supporting it.
Frankie, what are you saying?
Oh, you don't like it, huh?
No, it's not nice.
Well, then tell me one thing, George. Is it true that if she doesn't sell enough, you beat her?
Well, I beat her today. Come to think of it, I beat her yesterday, too. And unless she starts doing better, I'll probably beat her tomorrow.
Well, that does it. I'm going to give you the licking you deserve.
Frankie.
Put up your hands. No, not over your eyes.
Look, I don't get it. You're mad because my wife sells bonds?
Bonds? Does this bottle of elixir look like a bond? This is what she tried to sell me.
Gracie tried to sell you a bottle of elixir? I don't understand.
Well, you'd better ask her about it. I've got to get to a rehearsal.
That woman does things that are absolutely insane. I found that out the day she married me.
Yep, that's the day she proved it, all right. See you later, George.
Well, George, everything is all set. You're going to sing tonight. Now get your hat and let's go to rehearsal.
Not so fast. Frank Sinatra was just here.
Well, that's nice. Frank Sinatra? Here?
Yes.
But he's supposed to be unconscious by now.
He was not unconscious.
Are you sure? With him, it's very hard to tell.
Gracie, why did you go to Frank Sinatra's house and try to sell him this bottle of elixir?
You want to know why, huh?
Yes.
Would you believe me if I said I never went there?
No.
Well, that narrows it down.
Gracie, answer my question.
All right, dear. This is a bottle of knockout medicine. I wanted Sinatra to take it so you could sing tonight.
What?
Well, I wanted those movie producers to see you and hear you and make you a big star in pictures.
And you think that's the way to make me a star? To go to Frank Sinatra's house and give him knockout drops?
Well, isn't it?
Of course not. Give him the knockout drops at the theater.
Oh, George, you're wonderful.
Let's hurry. Frankie is rehearsing right now.
Mrs. Reagan, now's our chance to give you-know-who the knockout medicine.
Yes.
Say, do you suppose this stuff is still potent?
Well, it should be. It was made according to my husband's favorite recipe, 99% alcohol.
But, gee, it's awfully old. I wish we had somebody to try it out on.
Hello, Gracie.
Oh, my, what quick service.
Huh? Say, what have you girls got in that bottle?
Oh, no, Bill. You can't have any of this.
Why?
It's a secret Irish love potion that makes a man irresistible to women.
Wait a minute. Gracie, you mean if I drink that, women can't resist me?
That's right.
How do you like that? Somebody's been slipping the stuff in my coffee.
Oh, Bill, you mean you're irresistible now?
Gracie, I got women sitting at home tearing their hair out, waiting for me to take them out.
Well, why don't you take them out?
Who wants to go out with bald-headed women? Say, maybe I could use some of that love potion.
Well, here, Bill, help yourself.
Thanks. I'll just take a little sip, Gracie. Give me another shot of that love potion.
Oh, here you are, Bill.
Thanks. Well, sir, I'm beginning to feel pretty irresistible. Now, where was I? Well, so long, girls.
Well, the stuff is potent, all right. He's out cold.
Now, if we can just get that would-be singer to take some.
Well, here, I'll put the medicine in 2 bottles. One of us is bound to get him.
Come in.
Oh, excuse me for coming into your dressing room like this just before the show, Frankie, but I thought you might want a glass of water.
Well, it's nice of you, Gracie, but I really don't want any.
Oh, you've got to want some. All singers drink water before they sing.
I didn't know that.
Oh, sure. Nelson Eddy drinks gallons of water. It keeps the crumbs of shortening bread from sticking in his throat.
Hey, wait a minute, Gracie. This glass of water is purple.
Oh, well, you see, this is Warner Brothers. Everything's in Technicolor.
Gracie, this looks like that tonic you were trying to sell me, Dr. Regan's elixir.
Well, it is, Frankie. Won't you try some? It'll grow hair on your chest in 3 days.
Oh, thanks.
Well, give it 6 days, it'll grow you a chest.
Well, I see the only way I get rid of you is to drink this stuff.
Now, isn't that a coincidence? It's the only way I can think of to get rid of you, too.
Well, bottoms up. Not bad.
Now, I knew you'd like it. Now, lie down on the floor.
Why should I lie on the floor?
Don't argue. Just lie on the floor.
No, I think I'll rehearse my song. Won't you tell me when we will meet again? Sunday, Monday.
Oh, poor boy. He fell right between Monday and Tuesday.
Gracie, I heard a body fall, so I figured you gave Sinatra the knockout drop.
Oh, there he is, George. Out like a light. Now you can go out there and sing in his place.
Yeah, I ought to sing pretty good tonight. I feel great. Mrs. Reagan just gave me some wonderful Irish tonic.
Oh, George!
Wait till you tell him. When we meet again, we will meet again. Sunday, Monday.
Oh, my goodness. That's becoming the lost weekend. Mrs. Reagan! Mrs. Reagan!
What is it, Mrs. Burns?
Look.
Saints preserve us, there's a sight for you. George Burns and Frank Sinatra stretched out side by side.
Well, yeah. You can't tell whether this is Warner Brothers or Mayo Brothers.
The show's starting. They play the introduction. What do we do?
Well, can you carry a tune?
A little.
Well, me too. On the downbeat, Mrs. Regan. Won't you tell me where?
Well, Gracie, tonight has taught me a lesson. I'll never try to sing again.
Oh, Mama's little nightingale mustn't feel like that. Do our little feathered friends stop singing when they can't find a nest to lay eggs in?
I don't care.
But don't you see, darling? You're a bird that's lost. You'll sing again. You'll find your little nest. You'll lay eggs again.
Good night,
Well, hello. Come right in. Oh, George, we've got company.
Come on in, fellas. Special Service presents the Burns and Allen Show with Bill Goodwin, Felix Mills Orchestra, and the people who live in the Burns house, George and Gracie.
Well, in Gracie's vernacular, there are only 5 more hinting days till Christmas. So, as George comes down to breakfast, Gracie starts hinting. Good morning, dear.
Bonjour, bonjour. Comment allez-vous? Très charmant.
Why, all the French.
Oh, forgive me. I have the hardest time remembering that you're not Charles Boyer.
Charles Boyer?
Oh, you're much younger, of course.
Gracie, what is this all about?
Oh, Gracie, you lucky girl. What other woman has a husband as handsome as Charles Boyer, as smart as Einstein, and as generous as Santa Claus? Oh, jingle bells, jingle bells.
I say, it's almost Christmas.
Christmas? My goodness, so it is. Well, it certainly slipped up on you, doesn't it?
In this house, it slips up on you like a herd of elephants.
Well, now, just look at that calendar. There are only 5 shopping days left. I just say that in case you forgot to get a present for one of your relatives.
Say.
Particularly a relative by marriage. Like a wife or something.
Certainly don't need a calendar to tell me when it's Christmas. Everybody starts to hint for a present. People are so nice. They just can't do enough for it.
Oh, George, that's just your imagination.
Well, good morning, folks. Here's your orange juice. And, Mr. Burns, I brought you an extra tall glass this morning, and I picked out every seed so they wouldn't get stuck in your handsome throat.
You did, huh?
Yes. Tell me now, is there anything else I can do? Would you like for me to feed you this morning?
No, thanks.
Try a bit of that marmalade on your toast. It'll bring a smile to your handsome face.
Merry Christmas, Mrs. Regan.
Christmas? Saints preserve us. It is almost Christmas, isn't it? Why, Santa Claus will be here before we know it, won't you, Mr. Burns?
George would make a darling Santa Claus, especially one of those street corner Santas. They're so cute with their red suit and little bell and pots hanging beside them.
What's so funny?
Oh, Barry, you'd be different. Your pot would be hanging in front.
What would you like for Christmas, Mrs. Regan?
Ah, now, Mr. Burns, I don't want you to go out and buy me a present.
No?
No, just give me some little thing you might have lying about the house. You know me, anything at all. Just so it's green.
Well, for example, a green what?
How about a green $20 bill?
Yes, I've got a few soiled ones I can't use.
Well, I'll be getting back to the kitchen. Jingle bells, jingle bells.
You see, Gracie, everybody is trying to get a Christmas present out of me.
Charles Boyer, Errol Flynn. Nobody calls me that in July.
Oh, George, you're just sensitive. Nobody's acting differently.
Come in. Hello, Bill.
Why, Clark, when did you get into civvies? Huh? Oh, it's you, George. I thought you were Clark Gable.
What did I tell you?
Well, that's a perfectly understandable mistake, George. Clark Gable is tall, broad-shouldered, powerfully built, and you're, Bill, go out and try it again with Frank Sinatra.
Oh, no, Gracie. I think George is the Gable type.
Okay, Bill. I know you're just hinting for a Christmas present.
George, you don't think I was sincere?
No.
Well, I'm shocked and hurt. After the kind of friend I've been to you. Who came running when there was trouble? I did.
When was that?
Lots of times. I always run over here when I'm in trouble.
Well, that does it. I'll never believe anything nice anyone says about me again. Not only Bill. Everyone pays me some phony compliment just so I'll give them a Christmas present. Calling me Gable, Flynn, Boyer.
Oh, now, you're just imagining that, darling. It's natural for people to pay you compliments. After all, you are attractive. You are handsome. You are going shopping, aren't you?
Oh, sure.
Come in. Oh, good morning, Mr. Postman.
Good morning, Mrs. Burns. Here's a Christmas package for you.
Oh, thank you.
Anything for me, Mr. Postman?
No, just a package for George Burns.
Well, who do you think I am?
Aren't you Van Johnson?
Here we go again.
Oh, no, Mr. Postman. This is my husband.
Oh, of course. How silly of me. It's that clear-eyed specimen of virile manhood, handsome George Burns.
Okay, Mr. Postman, don't waste your breath. I'm going to give you the same kind of a necktie I gave you last year and nothing more.
You are?
Yes. Well, do you still think I'm a clear-eyed specimen of manhood?
Well, I will admit that when I look at your eyes, I can only admire and respect you.
Really?
Yes. I thought I carried big bags around. Well, goodbye. Merry Christmas. Remember, keep smiling.
Well, Gracie, are you convinced now?
Yes, George, and I think it's shameful. And I want you to know that you don't have to get a present from me.
Oh, but honey, I want to get...
No, George, I mean it. Let's not exchange presents this year.
Well, if you really...
I do, George. I won't get you a present, and you won't get me a present.
Okay.
Now, we'll be saving lots of money, won't we?
Oh, sure. And your present alone, I'm saving $40.
Well, together we're saving $42.50.
Oh, are you back again, Mr. Postman?
Yes, I overlooked this package.
Oh, this is the fancy corncob pipe I ordered for Bill Goodwin. You better not let Gracie see this. Wouldn't want her to know that I got a present for Bill and none for her.
You're not getting your wife a present?
No.
Oh, if I didn't get mine a present, she'd hit the ceiling with me. I'm having the maid company send some china to my wife.
You are?
Yes. I wish I could find a store that would send my wife to China. See you later, Mr. Burns.
I hope Bill likes his pipe.
George, where did you leave... what's in that box?
This?
Uh-huh.
Oh, well, nothing. Nothing, dear. I'll see you later.
Oh, that little rascal. He's gone and got me a present after we agreed not to. I wonder what it is. I saw the word corn on the box. Could he be giving me his old vaudeville routine? Well, whatever it is, I'll have to go right down to the store and get him something.
May I be of assistance, madam?
Yes, Mr. Clark, as soon as I can catch my breath. Oh, my, your store is crowded.
Bulging, isn't it?
Yes. Awful. All those poor women in the dress department buying size 14 dresses. My, when they get back on the streets and spread out, they'll be size 20 again.
The hazards of Christmas, madam. Now, what may I do for you?
Well, I'd like a pair of pajamas for my husband.
All right. How about this pattern?
Oh, no, I don't care much for those red sunsets.
Those, madam, are polka dots.
Over my husband's hips, there'll be sunsets.
Well, of course, you know him better than I do.
Oh, these are nice. The ones with the stripes.
Yes, they are an attractive model. I wear them myself.
Oh, then I won't take them. Oh, and I wouldn't want you to catch cold tonight.
I mean that I wear a similar pair.
Oh, well, then that's different. I'll take them.
Shall I wrap them as a gift?
Oh, no. I don't know you well enough to accept a gift.
That'll be $10.
Oh, well, here you are. Merry Christmas.
Happy New Year.
Well, Mrs. Regan, my Christmas shopping is done. I just got George's present.
Did you now? And what did you get him?
Pajamas. Nice fancy ones.
Sure, and it would be a blessing to get him out of them long white night shirts. Remember the night we heard a noise and found him raiding the icebox?
My, were we scared. We thought our food was being eaten by a ghost of Whistler's mother.
A fine sight he was.
I'll hide his present here in the closet.
And I'll be getting back to me cooking.
Now, put it on the shelf under the... Oh, he had the same idea. Here's the little box with my present in it. Should I open it and see what he got for me? Well, sure, that's only fair. I know what I got for him. Oh, my goodness, it's a pipe. Merry Christmas to Bill from George. Oh, he didn't get me a present. Well, I'll have to take these pajamas right back to the store.
Gracie. Oh, Gracie.
She was here not 10 minutes ago, Mr. Burns, hiding your Christmas present in the closet.
Hiding my Christmas present? I didn't expect her to get me a present.
No, it is typical of her sweet nature, Mr. Burns. Even as a girl, she was always buying a collar for some poor old dog that nobody wanted.
Well, if she got me a present, I'll have to get her one.
Hello, remember me?
Yes, you're the lady who bought the pajamas for the husband with the non-skid hip.
Yes. Well, I'd like to return them, please. I found out that my husband wasn't getting me a present.
Oh, that type, huh? Just for spite, why don't you buy him some of this underwear? It's dreadfully uncomfortable.
Oh, no, I'm not mad at him. Just give me my money back.
Very well, if you insist.
Well, thank you, and Merry Christmas.
Happy New Year. Oh, well, if they don't return them now, they return them after Christmas.
Is this the sleeping garment department?
It is.
Good. I'd like to see a nightgown.
This is only a suggestion, but pajamas are more in vogue for men.
Oh, it's not for me. It's for my wife.
I see. Something in an old-fashioned high-neck flannel gown, no doubt?
No, I want one in black lace.
For your wife?
Yes.
Oh, you dog, you.
Now, see here.
Oh, no offense. As clerk to customer, this gown is for your wife.
That's better.
But as man to man, have your fling.
Give me the nightgown. Give me the nightgown.
Well, Mrs. Regan, everything's all right. I just returned George's present.
Returned it?
Yes.
And he just left here to buy one for you.
Oh. Well, see you later.
Well, Mrs. Regan, everything is all right. I just got Gracie a present.
Got her one. Glory be, she's just returned yours.
Returned it? Then I'll have to return hers.
Hello, remember me?
Definitely.
I want those pajamas back.
Madam, may I make a suggestion? Have your husband sleep in his underwear.
Oh, he does.
Then what are the pajamas for?
Well, what do you think? To keep his underwear from getting wrinkled.
Here's the pajamas.
Oh, and here's your $10. Merry Christmas.
Happy New Year. Oh, why did I ever leave household goods?
Hey, clerk, remember me?
Oh, yes, Daddy. You bought the black lace nightgown.
Yeah, I'd like to return it.
I thought so. Now, how about getting something for your wife?
Look, this is for my wife. That is, it was for my wife. You see, she returned my present. I mean, we agreed not to get presents, and she double-crossed me. So I got her a nightgown. Well, now I have to return it because she returned it. I mean, I don't want to look like a jerk on Christmas.
Daddy, you'd better worry about the other 364 days.
Well, Mrs. Regan, at last it's straightened out. I went back to the store and got George's Christmas present again.
Oh, Mrs. Burns, I hate to tell you this.
What?
But Mr. Burns just returned yours.
Oh, well, back I go. No wonder that store looks crowded. I meet myself coming in and out. Mr. Clark. Mr. Clark. Oh, could he be hiding from me?
Well, hiya, Gracie. What you got in the package?
Oh, hello, Bill. This is a Christmas present I got for George.
Oh. Say, maybe you can help me, Gracie. I'm looking for something very smart in a fox jacket.
Oh, did you try the third floor?
Well, yeah, but I lost her when she got on the elevator.
Oh, Bill.
Great.
Chasing women again. Haven't you got any ambition?
Yes.
Do you still want to be chasing women when you're 90 years old?
Sure, that's my ambition.
Well, Bill, you'd better be a good boy if you want Santa Claus to come and see you. My mother always told us girls that Santa has two lists. A list of good girls and a list of naughty girls. And on Christmas Eve, he takes only the list of good girls.
Oh, I see. Well, goodbye, Gracie. I'm going over and tell Santa Claus what I want for Christmas.
Oh, you've decided.
Yeah. I want that list he's not using. See you later, Gracie.
Oh, dear, now if I can just get George's pajamas returned. Oh, Mr. Clark! Mr. Clark!
Yes, madam. What can I... Oh, it's you again.
Yes, I'd like my $10, please. I'm returning the pajamas.
Madam, I've been through this 3 times now. On the shelf, try again. Back on the shelf, try again. Back on the shelf, try again. And now I'm back on the shelf a 4th time. What do you think I am? No, give me the pajamas.
Oh, thank you. It's no trouble, is it?
Oh, no. In fact, here's my card.
What for?
It has my home phone number. You can call me there at night in case of an emergency.
Oh! Well, thank you. Merry Christmas.
I doubt it.
Oh, Mr. Clark, I want that nightgown back.
What?
Remember me?
Well, George Burns, who are you buying a nightgown for?
Oh, it's for you, honey. Bill just told me you had a present for me, so I thought I'd better get your present back again.
Oh, well, then I'll have to get yours back again.
Wait a minute. Are you 2 man and wife?
Sure.
That's right.
What a triumph for justice.
Never mind. Let's have the nightgown and pajamas.
Very well. One more mission to the exchange desk, and they're going to give me the oak leaf cluster. Mother told me there'd be days like this.
Well, we're getting our presents after all. George, do you think we're doing the right thing?
I don't know. Maybe we should have stuck to our bargain.
Yeah. Maybe we're being weak.
All right, here are your packages. Good day.
We've changed our mind. Give us our money back.
This game is liable to become as popular as tag.
Never mind. Just give us the money.
Here.
Come on, Gracie.
Oh, Merry Christmas, Mr. Clark. You know, George, I'm glad we decided to be sensible.
Sure, that's the right idea.
George, that nightgown, was it pretty?
Yeah. Lots of frilly black lace.
I see. George, it just won't seem like Christmas without presents.
But...
Oh, I don't want anything, but simply must get something for you.
Oh, no. If I get a gift, you get the nightgown.
Oh, I figured it would work that way. Mr. Clark?
No!
Yes. Look, here's the money. We want the nightgown and pajamas.
Take them. And if anybody says Merry Christmas, I'll scream.
Come on, Gracie.
Happy New Year, Mr. Clark. Well, dear, satisfied?
I don't know. Hate to make an agreement and then back down.
You mean you're unhappy about it?
A little.
Well, no silly old nightgown is worth it. Mr. Clark!
The money! You want the money? Here's the money. Take the money.
Come on, Gracie.
Well, now it's all settled. And we haven't been weak.
Yeah, I really feel better.
Yeah, me too. The nightgown was black lace, huh?
Yeah, you know, the kind that sort of,
The kind that makes the man more, interested?
Uh-huh.
More,
Uh-huh.
Well, in that case, Mr. Clark!
The packages! You want the packages? Here are the packages.
Hey, what are you doing?
You're tearing up our gifts.
Yes, and I'm glad. Merry Christmas! Happy New Year!
My goodness, the clerks in stores these days are just impossible.
Well, hello. Come right in. Oh, George, we've got company, and they're all in uniform.
This is Bill Goodwin, inviting all you servicemen and women to enjoy another pleasant visit with George Burns and Gracie Allen, our tenor Jimmy Cash, and Felix Mills and his orchestra. And now, meet the people who live in the Burns house, George and Gracie.
Oh, I'll get it, dear. You finish your breakfast.
Good morning, Mrs. Burns.
Oh! Good morning, Mr. Postman. Why, Mr. Postman, you look rather worn out.
I have what is commonly called mailman bends. Or civil service crouch.
Oh, you poor man.
Oh, don't feel sorry for me. My wife and I know just how to cure it.
You do?
Yes. You see, my spine is really like a steel band. So my wife just puts her knee in the small of my back, and I straighten up with a terrific ping.
Oh, goodness. That's quite a trick.
Yes. Well, here's a special delivery letter for you.
Oh, thank you. Oh, it's from our sponsor. Listen to this news, Mr. Postman. From now on, our radio program will be on the air Monday night.
Is that good?
Why, Monday is the night they do high-class drama, like Cecil B. DeMille's Radio Theater and Screen Guild. Say, maybe we'll be doing a dramatic show, too.
If you do, remember me. I was quite a thespian in my school days. I was the Vitamin Flint heart of John Burroughs Junior High.
Really?
Yes. Would you like a piece of Cyrano de Bergerac?
Oh, no, thank you. I never eat pastry in the morning.
No, I mean the play. Listen to this. Oh, Roxanne, with love I tremble. I love you. I am smothered. I am mad. I love you. I am faint. It is too much. Oh.
Oh, Mr. Postman, what pain, what suffering.
Yes, my back is killing me. Well, good day unto thee, and remember, retain a pleasant aspect.
Just listen to this news.
What is it, dear?
A letter from our sponsor. Starting next week, our radio program will be on Monday nights.
Oh, I knew they were going to change it. So it's Monday night, huh?
Uh-huh. You know that's the night Cecil B. DeMille has his radio theater. So I think we ought to do drama, too.
Drama?
Oh, sure. I'll bet Mr. DeMille will be plenty worried when he hears us.
Yeah, he'll tear out hair by the handful.
Yeah, and I pity the person he tears it from.
Well, okay, don't worry. We're not going to do dramatic.
Oh, but George, think of the great stories we can do. The story of Mrs. Parkington, the story of Mrs. Miniver, the story of Maggie Ettinger.
Maggie Ettinger?
Yeah, that's my beauty operator, and does she know some stories?
Gracie, you may as well drop this thing right now. I'm not a dramatic actor, and I'm not going in for drama.
But, darling, you have a great talent for acting. Oh, come on. Let me hear you recite something from Shakespeare.
Oh, go.
Oh, please, George, let me hear you do to be or not to be. That is the question.
I don't know it.
Well, I'll help you. Now, come on. To be or not to be. That is the... Well?
Question?
Oh, you're wonderful.
Oh.
Oh, George, that's grand. Shakespeare must have had you in mind when he wrote Hamlet.
Yes. I guess so.
Oh, come in.
Well, hiya, Burnses. What's a good word?
Hello, Belle.
Oh, have you heard the news, Bill? Our program is moving to Monday night.
No, really?
Oh, yes, and George and I are having an argument. I think that we ought to do serious stuff, the kind of thing that makes people cry. But George wants to tell jokes. Please give us your serious opinion. Do you think we should do drama?
Well, yes, Gracie, I do. Frankly, I think you're very good. And the man with you is only great.
Oh, Bill.
I mean it, George. I've never heard a finer, richer, more resonant voice.
Well, thank you, Bill.
So, Gracie, when you've picked out the play for next Monday, just call me and I'll be ready. So long.
Well, you see, George, everyone thinks we should do drama.
Sure. Just so they can do their stuff. Well, forget it. It's not for me.
Oh, George, don't say that. True, you're a great comedian, great as Jack Benny, but you're also a fine actor like Charles Lawton.
Oh, Gracie.
Well, you're a combination Charles Lawton and Jack Benny. It just so happens that your Lawton sticks out more than your Benny.
Forget it.
Well, folks, I brought you some more hot coffee.
Oh, Mrs. Regan, you haven't heard the news. No? Starting next week, Mr. Burns and I are changing our radio program to Monday night.
Are you now?
Uh-huh.
Then Monday's going to be a busy day around here. We'll have to change our washing schedule.
Well, yes, we will.
What day would you like to do it, Mr. Burns?
Never mind.
You see, Mrs. Regan, I'd like to do a dramatic program, but I can't seem to convince my husband.
Dramatic program is a fine idea. And I think you should do something like that excellent Irish play, The Informer.
Never mind, Mrs. Regan. Just pour me some coffee.
Coffee is a Joe Wanton. No, Danny, me boy. The jig is up, and there'll be no feeding of informers in this house. Fie on you, and the black name you brought on the honour of Ireland. Keep the snivelling little wretch covered with that gun, me girl, while I go out and call for help. Help! Help! Help!
You see what you got me into?
Don't move, Danny, me boy. I've got you covered.
Oh, no.
Mrs. Regan, now that our radio program is moving to Monday night, George has simply got to do drama. He'd only be great, you know.
You really think so?
Oh, yes. He's an actor from the top of his head to the tip of his toes.
Maybe. But it's that stuff in between you got to worry about.
Well, anyway, I've sent for a dramatic coach to come over and teach George a few things.
Like what?
Well, now, for example, Lionel Barrymore has great facial expressions.
Yeah?
She'll give him that. Herbert Marshall has great diction. She'll give him that. Van Johnson has great... No, she couldn't give him that. Oh, excuse me, Mrs. Regan. There she is.
Mrs. Burns?
Yes?
I am Elizabeth Stevens, the dramatic tutor.
Oh, well, come right in. My husband will be here in a few minutes. He's the one I want you to toot.
Oh, I see. Meanwhile, perhaps you'd like a sample of my ability.
Yeah, well, all right.
Now, here's my impression of a famous personality you're sure to recognize. Hello, Mother. Hello, Father. The colour lilies are in bloom again. Such a lovely flower, suitable for any occasion, really it is.
Oh, that was wonderful. It sounded just like her.
Thank you. And next I shall recreate a very popular Academy Award winner. Mr. Skeffington, I hate you. I hate you for what you did to my brother. You beast. I never loved you, Mr. Skeffington. I married you for your money. You You fool.
Oh, that was wonderful, simply wonderful. Who was it?
That was Miss Davis.
Oh, yeah. Oh, of course. But I didn't know Joan was in that picture.
Quiet. Suppose we talk about your husband.
Oh, all right. I'm sure you'll have him ready for Shakespeare in no time.
Of course, diction isn't everything. In order to play such roles as Hamlet, a man needs a handsome physique. How would your husband look in tights?
Oh, he'd be a dream in tights. He has simply gorgeous legs.
Really?
Oh, yes. Well, his legs are so beautiful, they're actually jealous of one another.
Jealous?
Yes. His knees won't come near each other. As Bill Goodwin once put it, his knobs are snobs.
Well, I can hardly wait to see your husband in tights. However, first I shall concentrate on his speaking voice. I must teach him to project pear-shaped tones from his stomach.
Oh, well, that'll be easy. He has a pear-shaped stomach.
Hello, dear. Oh, you've got company.
Oh, yes. I'd like you to meet Elizabeth Stevens.
How do?
How do? Please, not how do. You should say how do you do. Do. Nice and round. Project. Ooh.
Well, thanks for the tip, although I didn't ask for it.
No. You didn't ask for it. Ask.
You're darn right I didn't. And what's more, where do you come off?
George, come in the den a minute.
Okay. Didn't ask. Ooh. What's the idea of that dame picking on the way I talk? Say, has she got something to do with that dramatic idea of yours?
Why, no, George.
Who is she?
Why, she's our new laundress.
Laundress? Gee, and I almost insulted her. She certainly sounds high class.
Oh, she is. You see, the average laundress just does the clothes rough dry, but this woman went to a finishing school.
I see.
Graduated with honors. Magna cum laundry.
Okay, I'll put up with anything for a laundress.
Well, I thought that would work. I mean, I knew you'd cooperate. Oh, excuse me, dear. Mrs. Reagan is calling. Now, remember, humor the laundress.
Don't worry. Gosh, a laundress of our own at last. Now I can get my long underwear washed without waiting until summer to get them back. I'll take the underwear in and ask her. Well, Miss Stevens, my wife just told me all about you.
Oh, splendid. I'm sure our association will be a happy one.
Yeah, me too. I brought these out to show you.
Those? Oh, yes. Your wife said you look quite handsome in them.
She did? Matter of fact, I do look a little like Errol Flynn in them.
Aren't they a little baggy?
Yeah, but they'll be better after they're washed. How about giving them a try?
Very well. Put them on.
Put them on?
Well, certainly. I can't do anything until you've put them on. I use the Stanislavski method, you know.
Oh, I guess I'm more used to the Chinese hand method.
There are many schools, but I'm sure mine will prove satisfactory. Now put them on and I'll start to work on you.
Will it take long to do the job?
Perhaps weeks.
Weeks.
Well, you seem surprised. I spent months on Gary Cooper.
Well, his are much longer than mine.
I beg your pardon.
Oh, I'm not trying to tell you how to run your business, but what do I do while you're working on me? Just stand there?
Of course not. You walk up and down and say, "How now, brown cow, browsing in the green grass."
Miss Stevens, isn't there an easier way?
Oh, don't despair. When I'm finished, everyone in Hollywood will want to see you.
Well, I wouldn't let them.
Let's not be modest.
Well, look, how soon can I get back into my regular clothes?
Well, not until we've ironed out all the rough spots.
Now, wait a minute.
Please don't argue. Put them on now.
Okay. How now, brown cow gazing in the green grass. This is disturbing.
Gracie, darling, how's Mr. Burns getting along with the dramatic teacher?
I didn't dare tell him she was a dramatic teacher. He thinks she's a laundress. That way she can still correct his speech and everything without him getting wise.
Mrs. Burns, you've always managed to get around your husband.
Yes, but it's getting to be quite a trip.
Say, Gracie, I'd like to have you explain
Well,
something.
George, what are you doing in your long underwear?
That's what I want to talk to you about. That new laundress insisted I put them on before she'd wash them.
Oh, I see.
I feel silly.
Well, you look very cute, doesn't he, Mrs. Reagan?
Just like a big white bunny rabbit.
He does not look like a bunny rabbit. Does he? Mrs. Reagan, stop laughing. George looks very handsome in his long underwear. Honest, he does. Well, he does not stop it. He's very handsome.
All right. That's enough. Believe me, if we hadn't been trying for 2 years to get a laundress, I wouldn't stand for this. Oh, gosh, someone's at the door.
Oh, it's only Bill Goodwin. I saw him through the window. You see what he wants, George. Mrs. Reagan and I are busy in the kitchen. Come on, Mrs. Reagan.
Just like a big white bunny rabbit.
Come in, Bill.
Say, George, I was... What's the idea of the long underwear?
You've got a laundress who's as nutty as a fruitcake. She insists on washing the underwear while I've got them on.
Holy smoke, no wonder you always look like you've been through the ringer.
Come on, I'll put on my robe and let's go in. Well, here I am. Oh, this is Bill Goodwin.
Oh, how do you do?
How do you do? Say, you're kind of cute to be doing this kind of work. But then I guess you could say the same about me, huh?
Are you...
Well, I've done a few things of my own. Yes, just light things.
Oh, where did you do them? At the Pasadena Playhouse?
No, on the back porch.
Back porch? Oh, I would like very much to get you on a stage.
Really?
Yes.
I'd like very much to get you on a back porch.
Young man, I am a dramatic teacher.
What?
Yes.
Then why did you want me to put on the long underwear?
I thought they were your tights.
Well, sister, if those are tights, his skin is awful loose.
Wait a minute. Did my wife hire you to sell me on drama?
Well, in a manner of speaking, that was the idea.
Well, you're wasting your time. Goodbye.
Very well, if that's your attitude. Going my way, Mr. Goodwin?
Well, I would be, miss, if you weren't so high class. I kind of like a hep chick.
Well, come on, tall, dark, and sudsy. Let's cut a rug.
Well, oil your hinges, Gate. I see you swinging. Goodbye, two shoes, you square from Delaware.
So long. That wife of mine. Gracie, come in here. When she makes up her mind to something, nothing in the world.
Did you call me Spencer? Oh, I mean George. I keep thinking of you as Spencer Tracy now that we're going dramatic next Monday night.
We're not going dramatic next Monday or any of the following Mondays.
No?
No, and another thing. I found out you lied to me about that laundress.
Oh, yes. Yes, I lied to you. But I won't do it again. I swear I won't. You were right. I was wrong. I've been a foolish, headstrong girl, but from now on I'll obey. I swear I will. Your slightest wish is my command. Don't hate me, George. Beat me, kill me, but don't stop loving me. Oh, don't stop loving me.
Gee, honey, you mean that?
No, but with acting like that, we're crazy not to go dramatic.
Oh, fine. Now, Gracie, for the last time, just because our program will be on the air Monday night, if we don't have to make ourselves for Cecil B. DeMille's Radio Theater.
But, darling, you mustn't be afraid of it. Things will be the same. You'll still take your bows, your applause, my salary.
Nothing doing.
Oh, but, George, I want you to be famous. I want you to have stature and dignity. I don't like what people are saying.
What are they saying?
Oh, they're saying, look, there goes the husband of Gracie Allen, the comedian. I don't like that.
Don't?
No, I want him to say, look, there goes the husband of Gracie Allen, the actress.
There's no use talking, Gracie. I'm sticking to comedy, and I've got a great joke for next week. So I'll say to you, W.C. Fields fell down the steps last night with 2 quarts of liquor and didn't spill a drop. Then you say, how come? And I say, he had it in him. Don't you get it? He had it in him.
Oh, George Burns, that's the worst thing I heard in my whole life. You wouldn't dare do that on the radio. You better change to drama.
Excuse me, Mrs. Burns. Mr. Goodwin wants to speak to you on the telephone.
Oh, thank you, Mrs. Regan. Now, don't go away, George. Hello? Yes? Yeah. You what? You did? Oh, Bill, you're wonderful. Thank you. Goodbye. Oh, Mrs. Reagan, guess who Bill got for our program next Monday? Charles Boyer.
Charles Boyer? Whoa!
You said it.
The French Barry Fitzgerald.
Oh, this is wonderful. Now I can do drama with Charles Boyer. Oh, I'm so glad George refused to go dramatic.
Gracie, I've been thinking this over. I've decided to give the drama a try.
You have?
Yes.
Oh, but George, I have a wonderful joke for you next week. You say W.C. Fields fell down the steps last night with 2 quarts of liquor and didn't spill a drop, and I say, how come? And you say he had it in him.
This is very confusing. I don't understand.